snap, looks right, back to the left. It's a screen. Helton's ahead for first down yardage. Goal line, touchdown. Shift into cover 3, fumble.
Picked up by Bedford. Rizzo with a touchdown.
Looks to throw it again, looks to his left. Delivers over the middle. Oh, it's picked off. Farrell. They fake it to Rizzo over the middle. Open, Soden. He's got it. He's at the 10 to 5. He's in for a touchdown.
And good evening. Welcome to Bedford High School Stadium. We've got a good one lined up for you today. The 3-1 Astros of Pinkerton Academy and the undefeated 5-0 Bulldogs of Bedford High School. I'm Harry Kozlowski, and here with me is Corey Munstetiger. We're going to listen to Coach Matthews' interview in just a moment, but one interesting thing that Coach said was he's calling this game the team's midterm exam.
Midterm exam, again, the Bulldogs have done quite well early this season, averaging well over 35 points per game on offense, but they come in tonight facing a traditional powerhouse in New Hampshire football. Coach O'Reilly brings a stellar record in. He's a legend in New Hampshire football and lacrosse, and he's here looking to extend that winning record.
Let's listen to what Coach Matthews had to say this week.
We're speaking with head coach Zach Matthews of the Bulldogs, undefeated after a 47-0 trouncing of Merrimack. Coach, we've talked a lot about your players for weeks. Let's talk about your coaches. Tell us about your staff, what they do, how they help you out.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing I'll say about our staff, first off the bat is we've been lucky enough to have really good continuity, and we really haven't had many changes to the staff since I've come on board. So I think we've only had one coach, 2 coaches leave, and we've retained or replaced them with some really good staff members. So starting at the bottom, we've got Chris May and Ryan McDonough, who do a great job with our reserve program, which includes most of our freshmen and then first-year football players as sophomores. And obviously they still work with us at the varsity level as well. We have Bill Barry, who's our JV head coach. He works primarily with our varsity guys on the defense with our safeties. Donovan Murby is our JV defensive coordinator, defensive back specialist, kind of works with our corners and a lot of our cover guys. Then you've got Ben Gambino. Ben works on with the offensive linemen and defensive linemen. So I think that's one of the jobs that really a lot of people don't think about, too much. And it just, the running backs and the quarterbacks get a lot of the attention. But Ben does a great job working with the offensive line and defensive line. And he also is our offensive coordinator at the JV level. And then our defensive coordinator at the varsity level is Sean Donahue. And Sean has been here in Bedford for a long time. He's been on staff with each and every single one of the championships that we won here. He's definitely my right-hand man, and we've obviously played some great defense the past couple of years. And so primarily, obviously, he's the defensive coordinator, but he'll work with our running backs and he'll work with our linebackers, the defensive side of the ball. And obviously then there's me, and I kind of look over the whole thing and call the offense on Friday nights.
Let's talk a little bit about in-game. How much are your coaches in your ear during games? Obviously, you're all wired up. You've got a coordinator in the press box. You got other coaches on the sideline. How much back and forth is there in-game?
Yeah, for our staff, there's a lot. You can look at many different staffs, and each staff has a different approach. Like some of the guys who've been doing it a long time, like Coach O'Reilly, who we play against this weekend, he doesn't use a headset and doesn't really talk to a lot of his assistants during the play. And Coach Ball over at Exeter is the same way. For me, I like constant communication with my coaches and feedback from those guys on what specifically is going on in each position group. And I think for us, having, pretty much everybody on a headset and everybody having input really allows us to make in-game adjustments really, really well. Typically we have a coach watching their specific position group or a specific area of the field. And that way, if we have questions about what's going on or why we had an issue on a certain play, typically one of the coaches on our staff has an answer. And then the other piece that a lot of people don't realize nowadays is we have something called Huddle Sideline. And so you'll see a lot of our coaches on the sideline with an iPad, and we're able to pretty much have instant replay and review footage series by series, play by play, depending on how quickly it uploads. So we can make those on-fly adjustments because, to me, that's really what it comes down to with coaching. We have a lot of different coaching staffs around the state that do things really, really well. What it comes down to is you got to be able to make adjustments because the other team is going to come out and try to take away the things you like to do most. and you've got to put your kids in the best position to be successful.
That's very interesting. I know we had Huddle at Bedford High School Stadium. Mostly it's there for broadcasting JV games and things like that, but you're using that technology a lot like an NFL team where your team can get instant feedback after series.
Yeah, I mean, and that's how we use it. Not all programs choose to, take as big of a bite out of the apple, I guess you could say, but for us, it's a huge part of what we do. So you'll notice, like, when I'm calling the offense, our offensive line coach is typically looking at the last play, looking how we blocked it, seeing if there's any potential issues. Are we getting the same look we thought we'd get? So we love it. We think it's a huge advantage. Obviously, it's time consuming for a lot of our staff, but I think the film and really the instant replay system and the communication that we have is what allows us to really communicate the information so quickly to the kids to kind of fix whatever's going wrong.
Looking ahead, you have 4 more regular season games, and 2 of those games are against real high-quality teams. Pinkerton Academy, of course, this week, and then Nashua South after that. How do you get your guys to forget about the easy games you just had and focus on a job of competing against teams that they may see again deep in the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it hasn't been a challenge at all this week. In fact, our kids are so excited. We can't wait to play this game. To be honest, I think our kids, especially the past couple of weeks, this is not taking anything away from our opponents, but our kids have been a little bit bored. It's not it's not tremendously fun for your entire roster when you're having games where the score is so one-sided. And so our kids work really hard at this, and you want to have an opportunity to compete against the best. And so our kids are really excited about this matchup with Pinkerton, and I'm sure in a couple of weeks we will be with a matchup against South as well. It just has happened the past couple of years where, to be honest, there's a real big divide between the top and the bottom of Division One, and we're not we don't get that many close games. So when we do have close games against really great competition, I think it's just a really great test for our team. I said to these guys about the Pinkerton game, this is kind of our midterm exam. This game is an exciting game, and we should be excited for it. And obviously we want to go out and win it, but nobody's crowning a champion on Friday night here. It's just another opportunity for us to see where we're at. So competition, playing the best is what we're all about. And so our kids have been really focused this week.
And, Coach, both those games are going to be at home, so that's a big plus, Pinkerton and Nashua South. Good luck on Friday, and we'll speak with you later.
Yeah, thank you very much, Harry.
Coach Zach Matthews talking about this game, the midterm exam, and it truly is going to be one because the Astros come in with an impressive record. I said they were 3-1, actually 4-1 if you count their game against Andover to start the season, and they've been averaging about 40 points on offense every game. And only, about 10 points on defense. A bit of a surprise last week. They were taken out by Salem, 27-13, a rather low-scoring affair, relatively speaking. But that Central Division that Pinkerton plays in, along with Londonderry, Salem, Concord, all those teams. Oh, I forgot Alvern too. All those teams had 3 wins, so they're coming out of a really balanced division. While in Bedford's case, we're in the West. We're 4-0, 5-0 if you count the game against Thornton. And then we have Nashua South also at 4-0, and then everybody else is kind of bouncing around with two or one wins.
Yeah, and Salem's had kind of an up-and-down season, too. They started with 2 losses, one against Londonderry to start their season 30-7, and then the tough one down at Alvern, 20-13, and then they've been rolling since, including that win last week at Pinkerton, which was a great win for them. 27-13 was the final there, and seemed like they got back on the offensive side of the football and did well in that tilt over there in Derry.
One thing that Coach Matthews said off the phone, we talked a little bit about the head coach, Brian O'Reilly, from the Astros. He's somebody who's got athletic director duties at Pinkerton Academy. He's been cutting back on some of his other coaching. Like you mentioned earlier, he was a longtime lacrosse coach. He gave that up. And recently, he brought in Tom Babayan, who is a champion Division II coach from the Pelham Pythons. And he's on board on the staff. He might be the heir apparent to this program as the head coach. And he brings a totally different outlook on offense for the Astros. Astros are known for wing T, ground and pound, 3 yards in a cloud of dust kind of offense. And Babayan brings in a much more high profile, kind of a high attack through the air type of offense.
And we'll see what kinds of change of pace that they can do. Obviously, Bishop Girton tried a similar kind of thing. They would get real tight splits, run the ball right up the middle in their double wing kind of offense, and then they would mix it up, spread it all out, get up into a spread offense with 4 and 5 wide receivers. So we might see a similar kind of approach, a two-pronged offensive attack, depending on the down and situation. And yeah, it should be an entertaining game all evening long. Again, this is one of the better teams that the Bulldogs will face this season. They've really not been tested quite yet this year, and this will be, as Coach Matthews put it, a great midterm exam.
We've been watching the warm-ups with the Astros, watching in particular quarterback number 14, Aiden McDonald. He's a junior, and he's got quite an arm on him. So if they're going to be opening things up through the air, I think we might have gotten a little preview during the warm-ups there.
Yeah, absolutely. He was tossing that ball 50 yards on the fly, hitting his receivers in stride. That was very impressive. Now, we'll see if the Bulldogs defensive line can get pressure on him, maybe bring a little heat here and there with some blitz packages. And, again, I'm sure that the defense is going to want to get too crazy out of the norm and play their base defenses, see what the offense brings to the table and how they need to adjust. It was also really interesting, and I appreciate Coach Matthews going through his staff and identifying all the different roles that the team plays, and especially with the technology that he was referencing, the Huddle Sideline program. That's just fantastic that they're able to use such immediate technology to help impact the game in such a way that it's only moments. It's not even, let's check in at halftime. It's, hey, let's look at that previous series and see how we can adjust the next one out.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bit of a mind blower. I wasn't expecting him to tell me about that kind of technology on the Bedford sideline. This is stuff that NFL players use. Quarterbacks come off the field and get handed a pad and say, okay, this is how your last sequence went. We're doing the same thing here in Bedford High School, and it's pretty exciting to hear that.
We are just about ready for the captains to meet at midfield. Beautiful evening here. It was in the low 60s today. We're starting to really feel that fall weather. It's likely going to be mid-50s, maybe low 50s for game time, so not terribly uncomfortable, but a nice crisp in the air this evening. Clear skies. Aurora Borealis was out last night. Not sure if you saw it, Harry.
I was going to mention that. No, actually, it really avoids me.
What? How so?
I'm on Facebook and I'm getting 50 posts. Oh, look at the aurora. I snapped a picture of the aurora 2 minutes ago. I run outside of our house and it's like nothing.
So here's the weird thing, is that it was very hard to see with the naked eye, but if you snap a picture, that's when the camera can pick up the various colorations that your eye cannot.
But I mean, I had family all the way down in Maryland. They were getting fantastic colors in the sky. So.
It was wonderful. Speaking about fantastic colors, let's salute our flag with the anthem.
marching band with the national anthem to begin things here at Bedford High Stadium.
The officials for today's games are referee Eric Rieg, umpire Richard Tracy, back judge Rick Wilhelmi.
Captains heading out to midfield, the normal captains that you're used to on the Bedford Bulldogs side. Bennett Matthews, Noah Casamasino, Jake Sheff, and Connor Flaherty. For the Astros, Jamie Isaac, Anthony Caruso, John Hanlon and Caden Morrow representing Pinkerton at midfield. The Bulldogs again in their home black uniforms, white numbers, white helmets. Pinkerton Astros are in their white jerseys, silver pants, silver helmets with red numbers.
We got a different officiating crew here tonight, and kind of got spoiled last week with the microphone that one of the officials brought with them. We were able to get the calls from the field. Not going to be the case tonight. We're going to be reading the signals from the field like everybody else.
That was quite nice with the microphone and him explaining each of the calls, helping the fans in the stadium as well as us here in the booth, and therefore you at home with all the calls. Certainly we have to watch for their hand signals, but when they have the microphone, it's nice. Looks like Bedford won the toss. They usually defer, and they do so again.
So we are going to see that Astros offense first out, kicking the ball away and seeing how that defense matches up with that potent attack.
I've noticed the tubas down in front of us. They are one road down and a little bit to our right, so they may not interfere nearly as much. Oh, there they go. They're down another level. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you, tubas.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate that, guys. They were killing me last week. Captains are all excited. They've shaken hands. They are sprinting to the sidelines, getting their teams fired up. Some last messages here for the boys. Coaches will do their last little pep talks. We'll be ready to kick things off in just a moment.
Hey, while we got a moment, best of luck to the cross-country teams competing tomorrow. Boys are at the Merrimack Invitational while the girls travel to Pelham. Good luck to all the cross-country runners. And thanks to everybody who attended the crew ergoton this past weekend. The crew teams are back in the water next week, so your help and appreciation of the crew team is also appreciated.
Solid crowd tonight too. The stands are full. Student sections are filled out. The Astros students have traveled well. They have a bunch of pink attire.
A short ride from Derry. Always nice to play these rival schools, these rival towns that are just a short hop away.
Absolutely. You guys see the pink flag or pink ribbon down on the field for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Pinkerton cheerleaders have pink bows, as do the Bedford Bulldog cheerleaders.
Now let's see who's kicking. It is going to be number 40.
Yeah, it's Elijah Todd. Yeah, I believe Petrie is still injured. I saw him in his uni, but not padded up. Here we are with the kickoff. Down the right center of the field, taken at the 12, 13-yard line. Ranging out to his right and then getting stuck after maybe 10-yard gain. Noah Casamassino on the tackle on Brady Spellman, who brought it back. Solid hit as we see on this replay. Look, he's kind of dancing across, going east-west. Casamassino avoids 2-3 blocks and gets a good pop.
Dave was able to shake off that blocking scheme on the kickoff. And here we go, 1st and 10. The Astros starting in their 19-yard line. Good drive start for the Bulldogs.
So as you mentioned, Aiden McDonald, starting quarterback for the Pinkerton Astros. We'll get a quick referee timeout here. I believe it's an equipment issue with McDonald. Looks like his rib pads might not have been secured, so they take a second before we get things completely started here on the offensive side of the ball.
I'm seeing one split out receiver, maybe another one in tight end, so.
Yeah, it looks like they have a wing back on the left-hand side along with a tight end. 2 receivers out to the right, motion man right to left. They'll hand it right up the middle and getting stopped maybe after a yard gain.
Ben Quintiliani, number 44, carrying the ball there.
I think we'll get a good dose of Quintiliani this evening, the senior running back. Been contributing on the Astros offensive side of the ball for a couple years now.
Just a yard gain there, 2nd and 9.
McDonald back under center. Two backs in the backfield this time. They'll run off tackle left, seeing a little daylight, and then getting wrapped up 5-6 yards down the field.
Number 53 with the tackle, James Tamulevich.
Tamulevich.
Got it right.
Hopefully.
Thank you very much to the family member who called us up, left us a voicemail with the proper pronunciation. We've been butchering his name all year. Do apologize. Mr. Tamulevich.
Tamulevich on the tackle there. 3rd and 3 in this opening drive. McDonald under center, two backs in the backfield. Slot right, tight left. Man in motion, right to left. They'll hand it off, second back through off the left-hand side. He's got some room. He's out to the 50. He's down to the 40 in Bedford territory. He's gone. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Matt Morrison opened it up. Touchdown.
74-yard carry right up the middle. Split open that Bedford defense, and he was off to the races.
And he was off to the races. 72 yards, as you said.
74. I think they were at the 26. Yeah.
Okay.
They were at the 26.
Morrison just turned it on, showed an extra gear, and ran away from everybody. 6-0 Astros.
And now Andrew Perfetto is on the field for the extra point. Lefty kicker.
Snap is back. The hold is down. Kick is up. It looks good. It is no good. He pulled it.
It's good.
No good.
Well, that's a break for the Bulldogs. They trail only 6-0. But early on here, they got stung by that big run by Morrison just 90 seconds into the game. 89 seconds into the game, to be exact. So they're going to be playing from behind here. Something I don't think they've been behind yet on a opening drive.
They definitely have not. I don't think they've hardly been behind at all, except for against Thornton Academy.
Thornton, yeah, but that was second or third drive. It was a scoreless game for a couple of possessions both ways. So yeah, this is uncharted territory here for the Bulldogs. They got punched, and now they got to respond.
So here's where those Surface tablets and huddle sideline might come into real handy as they look to figure out what happened there. Maybe a missed assignment or two. And now the Bulldogs will get the ball, see if they can respond.
And it's Matthews and Brody Helton.
Looks like John Pappas will be kicking for the Astros, number 28. The junior takes his steps back, and with 10:31 to go in this first quarter, the Bulldogs already trail 6-0. Great kick over the head of the return man and through the end zone. It bounced at about the 4-yard line and trickled into the end zone. So the Bulldogs will have their first possession on their own 20-yard line, trailing 6-0.
It's easy to listen to Bedford 105.1 online. Just go to wbnh.bedfordnh.org for the stream link. You'll also find the stream link or find our stream on phone apps like TuneIn, MyTuner, Simple Radio, and Radio Garden. Plus, if you have an Alexa device, just say, Alexa, play Bedford 105.1. I should also mention we have a second website, bedford1051.com, takes you to the same location.
Empty backfield for quarterback Jack May. Senior brings the offense to the line. 3 receivers to the right. Motion man back into the backfield is Helton right behind May. He'll take the handoff, take it to the left-hand side. Falls ahead for maybe a 4-yard gain out to the 24. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, pretty simple handoff. They started out in the spread. Didn't really fool Pinkerton at all. They were able to respond when he got the ball and brought him down after a 4-yard gain.
Ball on the 24.
Yeah, you'll notice sometimes these formations, especially early in the game, are meant to figure out how the defense is lining up to start and then how they adjust to motion. We're going to get a timeout here. Perhaps a clock issue or another equipment issue. Okay, one of the Astros has his helmet off. They're trying to figure out some equipment challenges here. Looks like that is Cameron Dillon adjusting his helmet. So an equipment timeout, and we're ready to go. May has a back on either side, slot left, split right. He'll take the snap, hand it to Matthews. He comes out to the left-hand side. avoids 1 or 2 tacklers, fights for 2 or 3 yards, and he'll be tackled out at the 27-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Bulldogs on this opening offensive drive for them.
Doesn't seem like much, an extra 2 yards, but Matthews staying on his feet and gutting out those extra 2. And instead of a long 3rd and 6, we've got a more manageable 3.5 on 3rd down.
They're down 4 Bulldogs on the 26.
Pinkerton coming at it with 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers stacked in behind. Excuse me, 3-man front, 4 linebackers. Empty backfield for May, takes the snap, looks out to the right, throws it deep, and way overthrows his receiver. Incomplete. 4th and 3, and the Bulldogs will be forced to punt. A 3-and-out for their first offensive possession.
Yeah, Brady Spellman was on top of Landon Elsmore and was able to get in his way and slow him down. I think the anticipation was that Elsmore was going to be further down the field than he was. It looked like an overthrow, but really I think it's just the defensive back was hemming in Elsmore on his pattern.
Yeah, if we saw that replay, we might also see some contact right at the line of scrimmage, which is acceptable and encouraged by the defensive back. So perhaps the wide receiver, Elsmore, didn't get the best release from the line. Either way, we do have a punting situation. Helton gets it off. Caught at the, fumbled at the 42-yard line, bobbled, and then recovered by the Pinkerton Astros. That was Matt Morrison. Had it go off of his shoulder pads and was able to pounce on it.
Helton with the low line drive kick hit Morrison right in the hands, bounced off. Real close call there. Could have been Bedford ball, but Morrison quick to jump on it and retain possession.
So the Astros back on the offensive side of the ball. This time, great field position on their own 43-yard line to start this drive. Bulldogs with their 4-man front, they're ready to go. 3 linebackers stacked in behind.
Taking a little time getting things.
Yeah.
I guess they're going to call timeout now. I was going to say the clock had to have been coming down.
Miscommunication and getting the right personnel on the field and then the right play called. So Pinkerton is forced to take a timeout at 8:57 in this first quarter. They'll take a breath, talk things over, and make sure that they're all on the right page.
And Bulldogs are trailing this one 6-0. Volleyball improves to 13-0 on the season after a 3-zip victory over Alvern last night. We're going to be doing a game with them next, not next Monday, but the Monday after, October 21st, 6:30 p.m. That'll be against Londonderry. We'll have that for you on BCTV channels 8 and 1072. Next week, the Bulldogs are back on the road. They're going to be at Portsmouth Oyster River in Portsmouth, and that game will be radio only. So if you're looking for that game, you have to tune into 105.1 or listen to the stream. So we have a player coming off. Looks like Morrison is holding his wrist, so I think Morrison got injured on that recovery.
It looks like he's got a challenge with his finger. He's come over to the medical staff on the near side to see if the Bedford folks can help him out. And now the Astros break their offensive huddle and approach the line of scrimmage. 2 backs in the backfield with McDonald. Wing back on the left-hand side, split end to the right. Takes a snap, reverse pivot. They're going to give it right up the middle. This is Quintiliani. He's ahead for 7-yard gain into Bedford territory. They might give him 8. Just beyond midfield. It'll be 2nd and short as they mark it on the Bedford 49, so 2nd and 2.
Very good adjustment there by Quintiliani. He ran into a couple of Bedford tacklers and was able to change direction at the last minute and pick up an extra 5 yards there.
McDonald back to the line of scrimmage. Tight left, split right. 2 backs behind McDonald. Reverse pivot, they'll hand it off up the middle again. Here's Quintiliani torching that inside of the defense. He's ahead for another 7 or 8 yards inside. Actually, they'll mark him right at the 40-yard line. First down, Astros.
Yeah, that Astros line blowing open a hole.
He had his choice there, too. He could have cut a little bit right there after 2 or 3 yards beyond the initial line of scrimmage. And this D-line's going to need to step up, fill these holes early. try to keep these Astro running backs from getting too wide open in midfield. Now we have a little reverse here, getting ahead for a 10-yard gain. Brady Spellman taking the handoff, a little end around.
Dean Polchinari with the tackle, but not before first down is achieved, or just short, actually, 1 yard short.
2nd and 1 as they mark Spellman down at the 31-yard line. 7.5 and ticking here in the first quarter. The Bulldogs trail 6-0, and Pinkerton is driving on their second offensive drive. Dive right up the middle. Quintiliani again. He's got some space, shed some tacklers, and he's down inside the 15-yard line. Marked at the 14. 1st and 10 for the Astros in the red zone.
Yeah, Quintiliani, first one through with the ball. A lot of power, a lot of size in this Astros team.
A lot of size, a lot of power, a lot of strength, too. They're shedding tacklers, moving that defensive line out of the way and making holes for these running backs. McDonald again under center, reverse pivot, hands it off again to Quintiliani. He goes off the left guard into that B gap, ahead for, we'll call it 4 yards. 2nd and 6 from the 10.
Astros really haven't gone to the air yet. They're keeping it on the ground because they're having so much success here.
Haven't needed to, right?
So much for mixing things up.
Might see a similar kind of approach. If they don't need to, why would they switch anything up right now? They're getting 7 and 8 yards a carry at this point. 2nd and 6. Handoff around. Similar play, end around. That's Spellman again. Goes out to the left end. And he is
first down.
Close to that first down. Yeah, it's first down.
They're going to give him one. Yeah, they're going to mark him down at the 4. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Spellman just building up speed on that end around, and it's got to be tiring for the Bedford defense. They haven't faced anything like this all year, and they've been out there getting pounded for 2 series.
They're bulking up that defensive line now as they go. Astros go heavy, run off the left-hand side, and Spellman is in for 6.
4-yard run right there. Actually, you're going to say 3 yards. They're going to mark. They changed the mark at the 3-yard line, so 3-yard run there for Spellman. And it's 13-0. Astros up early.
And that was quick, 12-0, but we'll see what happens with the extra point.
Sorry about that, yeah.
Spellman in, beats everybody to that far pylon, and this Bulldogs defense is reeling, and the Astros offense is looking tight. Perfetta was on for the first one, pulled it to the right last time. He's on for another extra point here. Snap is back. Tough hole. They get it down. It's up. It looks good. It is good. Perfetta true on his second attempt. So the Pinkerton Astros go up 13-0 with 5:47 left in this first quarter.
Looking at some of the other Bulldog sports, boys soccer improves to 11-0-1 on the season with 2 great wins this past week at Keene and Nashua North. The boys are tied for the top spot in D1 with Exeter with 2 weeks to play. Almost fall tournament time coming up. Now the girls, they take on Spalding and Portsmouth this week. They're currently at 10-2. They're 4th place in Division 1.
Solid performances across the Bedford athletic programs. Bulldogs short one of their up men in this kickoff return.
That's Matthews and Helton.
Helton standing at his goal line this time. Yeah,
expecting, he saw what happened the last time.
Probably will be able to range forward. Again, John Pappas taking his steps back. We'll get about a 10-yard run up on this kickoff. Teed at the 40-yard line. Makes his approach, swings it through. Similar distance, and Helton takes it up on the run, out beyond the 10. He's got a head of steam, takes it out beyond the 30-yard line. Some big collisions there on this return. He will be marked at the 33-yard line where the Bulldogs will have their second offensive possession.
Yeah, Pappas kicked that one a lot shorter, and Helton had to come up. He had a head of steam when he picked up the ball and got it all the way to the 33-yard line. So a better drive start here for the Bulldogs. And they trail 13-0. They've got to get something going here. At least a couple first downs.
3 receivers to the left of May. A split end out to the right. Helton behind him in the pistol. May takes the snap, hands it off. Helton takes it from the left side out to the right side. He's got some room. He's out to the 50. We have a flag, though. It's likely coming back on a holding call as that flag is resting on the Bedford 45.
That's really unfortunate, too, because that was a great run by Helton, and he had great blocking there on the far sideline. I don't know which receiver was doing it for him, but he was just clearing a path for Helton, getting some good yardage. It would have been the best play of the night for the Bulldogs, but it's coming back on the flag.
Looked like about a 15-yard run, if not more.
Yeah, maybe
16
20,
or
yeah.
so. Yeah, as he trotted out of bounds right there at the 50-yard line. That hold was downfield quite a bit, so it doesn't penalize them as badly as it could have. They actually gained 3 yards on the overall.
Yeah, it's going to be first and 7, so that's kind of like it's hardly a penalty. It's like, here's we're going to shave 3 yards off your first down.
Kind of awkward either way, but so we'll call it first and 7.
Them's the rules, though.
From the 37-yard line. 5:35 to go in this first quarter. 13-0. The Astros coming out quickly, putting 2 touchdowns on the Bulldogs. May, empty backfield, 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Motion man is Helton. He'll settle in to the right of May in the backfield. May takes the snap. A little high, pulls it down, hands it off to Helton. He stumbles, but gets ahead for positive yardage. Without his balance, he would have been caught in the backfield for a 2 or 3 yard loss, but either way, he gets ahead. Marked at the 44, it'll be 2nd and 4.
Another Astros player down, can't quite make out the number. But trainer's going to come out and see if they can help here. Now he's finally starting to get up. And that player was number 99, James Caruso. And he's going to go to the sideline. As they say, maybe he had the wind knocked out of him.
It happens. Football is a physical sport, as you know. So 2nd and 4 from their own 39-yard line. Saw the replay there. Helton stumbling a little bit, but still getting ahead for that positive yardage. A back on either side of May in the backfield. Slot right, split left. Calls out the signals, claps his hands, takes the snap, hands it off to Matthews. He'll take it out to the right-hand side, out to the right end. He has first down yardage and close to midfield. He'll be marked down at the 48-yard line. First down, Bulldogs. Good blocking up front. Good blocking at the point of attack. Helton getting a good block on that defensive end or outside backer. Getting the edge to Matthews, and he's able to get ahead for the first down yardage. First and 10 on their own 48.
Good long drive would be just what the doctor ordered. Try to give the defense a chance to recover from those 2 powerful drives by the Astros.
4 receiver set here again. May takes a snap, reverse pivot, tosses, sweeps out to the left-hand side. Helton takes the ball forward for a 6-yard gain into Astros territory. They'll mark him at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, Helton is kind of running below his average. He's averaging around 12 yards a carry. But, he hasn't faced the defense as good as the Astros. And these are much better tacklers than some of the other schools that the Bedford Bulldogs have faced this year. So he's still making some good yards, but he's getting taken down after only 4 or 5 yards instead of breaking off big, long 20-yard runs.
Yeah, what is normal for him is outlandish to others. So I would say he's back into the realm of normality now. Matthews takes the handoff. He gets ahead and slips as he tries to avoid a couple of tacklers, gets ahead for only 1 yard. It'll be 3rd and 3.
That's surprising. It's not a wet night, and that field is not normally known for being slick, so he kind of went down like he just kind of lost his grip on the field.
Trying to be shifty and plant that left foot. You saw it slide right out in front of him. So yeah, it is rather absurd to look at Brody Helton's yards per carry at 12 yards per carry throughout the first 5 games of this season. And now he's a little bit more acceptable or normal at 4 or 5 this evening. May takes a snap, looks to the right, feels some pressure, delivers over the middle. It's complete. I believe that's Elsmore on the catch. Nice little dig route ahead for first down yardage. We'll see him. I think he's in the slot there. No, he's in the outside. A little drag pattern over the middle. Settles in between the linebackers. Good catch with his hands out in front of him. And they move the sticks again. The Bulldogs have it 1st and 10 on the Astros 33-yard line.
Matthews came out of the backfield and was waving his arms. He was wide open on the sideline. Still a positive play for a first down, but Matthews looked like he might have been able to get more on that play.
Too tight, too wing. May takes a snap, hands it off to Helton. He powers right up the middle here. Ahead for 6 yards or so. Call it 5, 2nd and 5. They'll mark it on the 28-yard line. Schultz on the tackle for the Astros. Same formation, 2 tights, 2 wings. May with Helton behind him in the pistol. Motion left to right is Matthews. May takes the snap, looks downfield, feels pressure, steps up in the middle. Now he's going to scramble out to the left-hand side. There's a flag down in the backfield. May loses his shoe, and Coach Matthews is not pleased about the flag in the backfield.
And May taking a shot right in the midsection there. Once again, he had Matthews wide open.
Not quite sure I saw the flag there. They're going to call a hold, I believe, but just strange.
Going to mark him from the 32-yard line, so that's close to the line of scrimmage.
See out to the right of your screen here.
Right
it looked
there.
like Helton might have grabbed a whole bunch of shoulder pad and jersey and pulled that rushing defender away from May. So looks like they'll call a hold. Spot foul at the 35. It is not going to be a spot foul at the 35. I believe it's from the original line of scrimmage. Well, we'll sort things out.
From the 27, so they'll move it back to the 37-yard line, I believe. And it'll be a 2nd down and 15 coming up for the Bulldogs. 13-0, Astros lead. 1:58 to go here in the first quarter.
They mark it at the 38-yard line, so tough to see where that original line of scrimmage was. Either way, holding penalty pushes the Bulldogs back those 10 yards. It is 2nd and, we'll call it 15. 4 receivers set for May. Helton behind him in the pistol. Slot right.
Blitz coming up, they pulled it back.
May takes a snap. A little confusion in the backfield, and May is going to get sacked. That confusion in the backfield was not great. May looked like there was a little delay handoff to Helton. Helton had already passed him, so he said, man, I need to eat this. He goes down in a heap. As it's another 4 or 5 yard loss. See there, right there, as May was trying to hand it off to Helton, and they just missed each other on timing and communication.
No, they had a lot of company in the backfield. The Astros were all over the place. And now they've got 3rd and 18 here at the 42-yard line, way beyond the range of Todd for the field goal. So we'll see what they could do here. Maybe going for it on 4th here, try to pick up half of this now and then going for it on 4th.
Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Empty backfield for May. 3 receivers out to his right. Slot left. May takes the snap.
Blitz.
Looks down the left-hand side. Delivers it. He's got a man. Helton catches it. It's complete inside the 20. They have a first down. Inside the red zone. He's marked out of bounds at the 15.
Now, Helton's not a guy who you think of as being a passing target. So the Astros kind of ignored him down the sideline and gracefully went up with 2 hands, got the ball, knocked out of bounds. First down for the Bulldogs. Great play by Helton.
Little crisscrossing pattern there on that left side. They had 2 receivers. Helton was in the slot. Kind of a little bit of a wheel route there, an out and up. Didn't really sell the out, but caught the up. And the Bulldogs have a first down on the 15-yard line. 2 tights, 2 up backs. Helton will take the snap, hurdle a defensive lineman up the middle, and he's ahead for 2 yards, 2nd and 8. That'll do it. No, it won't do it. We have still 35 seconds, likely one more snap here in the first quarter.
Second down. Astro 13.
May trots back to the huddle. Bulldogs looking to get points on the board. They yielded 13 points in the first 2 Astros possessions, and now they're looking to narrow that margin. 2 tights, 2 wings. In motion right to left is Matthews. He'll take the handoff, go out beyond the left end. He dances through some defenders, gets ahead for a first down at the 4-yard line. He's knocked out of bounds. It'll be 1st and goal for the Bulldogs at the 4-yard line.
Great play call by Coach Matthews and some good running there, trying to stay on his feet after a tackling attempt there by number 4, Jimmy Knutson. Tried to bring him down short of the first down. Matthews able to stay up and fight his way just short of the goal line. It's 1.7 seconds to go here in the first, so let's see if we can finish this drive here in the first quarter.
He did go out of bounds. That clock stopped at 1.7. Same formation, 2 tights, 2 wings. Helton behind May in the pistol. Motion right to left. They hand it to Helton. He goes off tackle left. He's near the goal line. He's in.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Brody. Helton 4 yards. The Bulldogs are on the board.
A great answer by the Bulldogs. After 3 and out on their first possession, long drive here starting at their own 33-yard line, finishing up with a 3-yard or 2-yard run by Brody Helton. And that is his 12th touchdown of the season.
Polished off that drive. Again, 67 yards in total.
And it looks like they're going to go for 2 here. That's interesting.
No, they couldn't find the tee. They were looking for the tee.
This could be Bennett Matthews kicking the extra point.
Matthews is kicking in place of Zach Petrie, who's still on that injured list. Snap is back. The hold is down. Kick is up. It looks good. It is good. Very nearly blocked, though, by a streaky defender over there. The Astros, David Souther, nearly got a piece of that. Either way, the Bulldogs come to within 6, 13-7 at the end of the first quarter.
Hey, come out and support the field hockey team on Monday as they celebrate senior night. They take on Londonderry in their final regular season home game. The girls are currently 10-3-1 on the season. They're in 5th place in Division I. A fantastic year for the girls' field hockey team. Make sure you come out for it.
Some chipper music by the band, helping celebrate that touchdown. And now the Bulldogs defense is really where they're going to have to lock down.
Well, they've had a good rest on the sideline, although a few of them obviously are part of the offense as well.
A lot of two-way guys out there. 12 minutes back on the board. Elijah Todd tees it up at the 40 from our left side. Deep to receive for the Astros, number 2, Ryson Michaud, and 24, Brady Spellman. Kick is a squibber down the middle, taken at the 27-yard line by an up back. He'll take it straight up the field, out to the 35, almost 36, where the Astros will have their 3rd possession of this game to start this second quarter.
Well, the goal this time is to try to keep the Astros off the board. It's a 1-score game, 13-7. Pinkerton Academy up here after 1 quarter of play. They've scored on their first 2 possessions, including a 74-yard run.
That was
from
Morrison.
Number 22, Morrison.
That opened the game. I believe it was only the third play of the game. All of 90 seconds into this one, and the Pinkerton Astros were up early. McDonald takes the snap, reverse pivot. He hands it off up the middle. No, he doesn't. He pulls it down, passes out into the flat. It is complete and ahead for first down yardage. He saw Brady Spellman about 10 yards down the field. Spellman was able to run for another 5.
McDonald showing some nice touch, throwing over a wall of Bedford Bulldogs, able to drop the ball in very nicely.
Forced out at the Bedford 49 was Spellman. 1st and 10 for the Astros in Bedford territory. McDonald back to the line of scrimmage. 2 backs in the backfield. He'll hand it off right up the middle. Falling forward for a decent gain after squeezing through that offensive line. That was Joseph Asanya.
So 2nd down coming up here at 5.
Ball's on the Bedford 44-yard line. McDonald back to the line of scrimmage. 2 backs in the backfield again. Tight right. Up back to the right.
Wow.
Getting stopped for a loss. Help knifing through and meeting A.J. Schultz in the backfield. We'll see where they give him forward progress.
Yeah. Are they going to let him, they're going to give him the yards from the recovery, or nope, they're going to,
oh, wow.
they're going to split the difference.
They pull it way back. Mark it at the Bedford 49. That's a loss of 7 yards.
And that's where, pretty much where Helton made contact with the runner.
3rd and 12. Love to see that replay if we could, as Helton really knifed through on that left side. You see him squeak through, avoid tacklers.
Oh, no. They made contact here on their own 47, and they were able to push him back 4 more yards. His effort to keep trying to get that yardage back cost him probably a couple of yards on the spot.
3rd and 12 for the Astros.
Big 3rd down
Donald
here.
under center.
Need a stop.
Takes a snap, takes his drop, looks deep down the right middle. He's got his man on the right sideline. It's complete, and it's a touchdown. Anthony Caruso down that right sideline, got behind the defense. Great ball, great catch.
49-yard throw.
51 yards, as I believe they were in their own side.
Yeah. 51, you're right.
Spectacular play for the Astros.
Yeah, that's a great throw. And again, great touch, because he's able, there are defenders between him and the thrower or the receiver, and he's got to put an arc on that ball and drop it in. And the receiver didn't even have to adjust very much one way or the other. He's able to catch the ball in stride and run it into the end zone for yet another touchdown. 20-7 here, or 19-7. And with
Perfetto.
this
Kick is up. It is no good.
So it's going to stay 19-7.
Pushed off to the left this time, so Perfetto has had his challenges.
And I wonder if these extra points are going to come back to haunt them.
So a spectacular 51-yard touchdown catch by Caruso puts the Astros up 19-7. They have scored touchdowns on all 3 of their offensive possessions.
And now the onus is on the Bulldogs to answer. They've got to keep up with this Pinkerton offense. And the worst thing is they gave it up on a 3rd and 12. That was a big down. They could have. They haven't had the Astros in a 3rd and long all game, and to let that one get away from you, not just for a first down but for a touchdown, that's really got to hurt.
It sure does. Just 2 minutes into this second quarter. 10-11 left before halftime. John Pappas again will kick off. Matthews and Helton back on their goal line or just in front of it, as Pappas has shown a decent leg. Takes his steps back. Now he approaches. Swings the leg through and pooches it a little bit short. It'll bounce once, and Helton will take it on the run at the right hash. Makes it out to the right sideline, towards the right sideline, but he's caught at the 27-yard line where the Bulldogs will have their next possession. So Jack May will bring his offense back to the huddle. If it keeps going at this rate, we're going to have a high-scoring affair this evening. 19-7 with still 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Astros already scoring more on the Bulldogs than any team has done so far this year.
Tight right, trips bunch to the left-hand side. May hands it off. Helton picks his hole, runs over a couple of tacklers and gets out for a 7-yard gain. Out to the 33, 34-yard line. Second and a long 3. And at this rate, both of these defenses are going to be quite tired at the end of this game.
Bulldogs taking their time.
Same formation. Flexed end to the right. Excuse me, no, this is 2 tights, 2 up backs. Helton will take the handoff and go right up the middle.
And
it's
it looks
close
like
to that first down.
Going to get just enough for the first, judging on the mark of the field judge there. It looks like a first down.
It sure is. They mark him just beyond the 37-yard line. So the Bulldogs move the sticks, 1st and 10. Athletes up and down the roster on both sides of the ball for these squads here tonight. Caruso, one of them, playing tight end and outside back or stand-up end here. Matthews goes in motion right to left. He'll take the handoff out to the left-hand side, gets around the end, out of bounds on that far sideline, close to the 45-yard line.
Helton leading the way on that rush, on that sweep. A lead blocker for Matthews, able to pick up about 7 yards on first down.
We'll mark him at the 45, so 2nd and a long 3. Connor Flaherty throwing a hand warmer over to the sideline, getting that out of the way.
19-7's the score. Pinkerton Academy leading Bedford, 8:47 to go here in the half.
2 tight. Matthews goes in motion right to left. They hand it off to Helton, though. He tries the right-hand side, and he's squished by 2 defenders coming up strong and catching him for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, Brady Spellman was waiting for him as soon as he made that cut.
Good discipline by the Astros defense to stay home as Helton tried to cut it back to that weak side of the defense. That 2 tight, 2 wing set has been pretty obviously telling that they're going to hand it to Helton. We'll see if there are some variations here with that formation. 8-10 and ticking in the first half. 19-7, the Astros lead the Bulldogs here in Bedford. 2 tights, 2 wings. Helton behind May in the pistol. In motion, Casamasino, it'll be a pass out to the left flat. They have Matthews, it's complete for a big gainer into Astros territory. He's pushed out of bounds at the Astros 33. Nice catch and run for Matthews on a big gainer.
And David Souther with the tackle right there. A little too grabby with the ankle there. He didn't want to let go of Matthews even after he made the tackle. If I was Coach Matthews, I would point that out to the officials.
Let's recognize Peter Suazo on a great downfield block there. Gave at least another 10 yards for Matthews after the catch. Casamasino in motion left to right. He'll take the handoff and run it around the right end. Goes out to the...
Give him 6 yards.
Down to the 27-yard line. 2nd and 4 for the Bulldogs in Astros territory.
2nd down and 4, Bulldogs from the Astro 27.
I think that's something that Coach Matthews cooked up here. Is instead of going straight into the teeth of that Astros front, the sweeping motions kind of making them move to the side. Maybe they don't have as good leverage.
Trying to take advantage of their speed. The Astros come on a blitz. Helton goes out to the right-hand side and has some room. It's a 1st down and more. As he's inside the 20, the Bulldogs move into the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Another
Move to another sweep to the right. Good block right there, spring him. And that's fine. He may not get a big 50-yard run today, but if he's getting 7, 8, 9 a carry, that'll do great. That means the drives stay alive and we get first downs.
That'll do more than great. The Astros came with the heat right up the middle, and Helton was able, on a good play call, to avoid it as they moved out to the right. Some line shifts here. May takes the snap, reverse pivot, hands to Helton. He goes to the right, runs into a wall, now gets out to the left. Fantastic tackle by Spellman.
What an athlete that Spellman is. He came out and he looked like he was shot out of a cannon.
If he did not make that tackle, Helton had a lot of room out over that left-hand side.
I mean, Spellman came from where?
He was way in the defensive backfield on that left-hand side.
He was on him before Helton was able to even start making his way upfield.
Great speed by Spellman and a solid open field tackle.
Down 11 from the 18 for the Bulldogs.
Just a 1-yard loss. Felt like it could have been more, but it also felt like if Helton had avoided that, it could have been a real positive gainer. 2nd and 11 either way, 5:40 and counting here in the second quarter. Bunches to the left. Helton goes in motion out to the right-hand side. May will take the snap, but there's a flag.
A motion call?
I believe there's false start or illegal motion. We'll see what they call. It is a false start on the Bulldogs, so they will march back 5 yards. 2nd and 16.
Maybe 2nd 16 from the 23.
Trying to see who moved. Was it Elsmore?
Couldn't quite tell from the replay.
Looked like Elsmore stood up just a split second too soon.
2nd and 16. They run the clock. The Bulldogs back to the line of scrimmage. Bunch to the right. Tight end is flexed to the left. May has Helton behind him in the backfield. Helton now goes in motion, and they get that 5 yards right back as the Pinkerton defense jumped and made contact. Offside on the defense.
And knocked Jake Sheff right off the ball. No fair. He wasn't expecting that.
And that's how it goes. It's always a little bit of a laugh. As
maybe Jake was kind of selling it a little bit.
Offense maintains their discipline, and we're back to square one. 2nd and 11 after that Spellman tackle for loss. So much ado about nothing over these last two plays. 5 yards back, 5 yards forward. May has two tight ends and two wings. In motion is Matthews. They give to Helton off the right tackle. He's ahead for about 6 yards.
Yeah, split the difference there. It's going to be 3rd and 5 coming up here with 4:14 to play, trailing 19-7. You know, this is field goal range, and a field goal would be nice, but it would still be a 2-score game at 19-10. So they really need to get 7 here, or at least 6.
May trots back into the huddle. I don't think Coach Matthews is ready to settle for 3. Too tight, 2 wing set. Helton stacked behind May, who is in the pistol. Man in motion is Casamassino. He sets on that left side for a bunch to the left. May, reverse pivot. Now he's going to hit Casamassino in the right flat. He's ahead, close to the goal line. It is a touchdown. Noah Casamassino. Nice play call there. You saw Casamassino go in motion, then he cuts across in the backfield into the right flat. Pitch and catch, and Casamassino finishes off those last 10 yards. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And he started out with the motion to the left. Coach Matthews, or whoever's calling the offensive plays, really getting creative here. I guess as they were saving some of these for a game like this. And the Bulldogs able to answer that last touchdown drive by the Astros, getting one of their own, trailing by 6, trying to cut it down to 5 here with this extra point.
Extra point, snap is back, kick is up. It looks good, it is good, and the Bulldogs bring it to within 5. 19-14 with 3:32 to go in this first half.
BCTV These live channels and on-demand content are now easier to access at your fingertips than ever before. Bedford Community Television is available for free download on either Apple iOS or Android Play Store. Download the Bedford Community Television app from your app store today and enjoy our programming live or on demand anywhere you go.
So a solid drive by the Bulldogs, started back at their own 27-yard line, methodical. No huge plays there, just good chunks at a time. And Casamassino finishes it off. That's his first touchdown, I believe, of the season.
I believe so. I'll check the old stat sheet here.
Senior captain, not the largest of stature, but he has provided some leadership throughout this early part of the season.
You are correct. That is his first touchdown. And what's more, too, is they were able to overcome some negative plays on that drive, too. They didn't let those drives kill them. Those mistakes, I should say.
Kick here by Todd, taken by an up back at the 25-yard line. Out to the 30, but not much farther, is Jimmy Knudsen. Gets to the 31. Where they mark it.
They will mark him at the 31. Interesting, too, that they're willing to give up some relatively decent field position, giving the ball up in the 30-yard line range rather than try to kick it deep to their deep men, who I think are very dangerous. That Spellman must be the one of the guys back there, right?
He is. He's quick, fleet of foot. Quite a threat back there. I believe Rice and Michaud is also back there.
So obviously the strategy is to keep the ball away from them as much as possible.
Tight set here for the Astros. They rearrange two tights. Man in motion right to left. Reverse pivot for McDonald. He'll hand it off to the left-hand side. That's Spellman on the carry, and one of the officials took a pop there. It looked like the umpire in the second level for this referee crew. He took a shot there. So we'll take a quick pause as they look at him and evaluate how he does. That was about a 5-yard gain for the Astros.
And it was number 53, Tamulevich, with the tackle. And impressive, too, because he had a blocker on him. He was still able to bring the man down. Let's here, take a look here.
Referee getting popped from that backside. Ooh, and he hits the back of his head. That's a tough one there. He's back on his feet, though. Hopefully he'll recover.
Field soft, but not that soft.
Looks like he'll come to the sideline and get his wits about him before he continues.
Concussion protocol.
Yeah, it might be.
Take him into the tent.
How many fingers do I have up? We wish him the best. That's never fun, hitting your head like that on that fall. He looked like he snapped his head back and hit the back of his head on the turf. So he'll take a minute to compose himself. The Astros break from that sideline. They'll come right to the line of scrimmage. They're ready for their 2nd and 6. Tight set for them. McDonald under center. He takes the snap. Hands it off. And hit right in the backfield very quickly was Quintiliani. He'll take a 1-yard loss. They back him up to the 35-yard line.
And Connor Flaherty was the one who made contact with him first, then finished up by Brendan Krause.
Great job by that defensive line. Having an impact in this drive here. 3rd and 7. We'll call it 3rd and a long 6. 2.5 to go in this first half.
Another big 3rd down here. Let's see if the Bulldogs can hold them.
Sure is. Another tight set. McDonald under center. 2 backs in the backfield. A little reverse.
And a blitz.
Misdirection. They get ahead for 3 or 4 yards, but still shy of that first down. We'll call it a 3-yard gain.
Jake Sheff with the tackle there. They were sending the blitzer there. 50. Tamulevich was the blitzer. Tamulevich.
Either way, 4th and 3. These Astros are likely in a punt situation here, but are not telegraphing what they're going to do. They could take a chance here. McDonald is trotting back to the huddle here.
Not sure who their punter is.
Possibly a quick kick type of situation, too.
Coach Matthews shouting out some instructions to the defense here.
need to maintain their discipline. Don't give them it the easy way. No penalties here. McDonald under center. Man in motion left to right. They're looking on that hard count. Good discipline by that defensive line. They will not jump. And the Astros will take a timeout. That's exactly what they were trying. And again, great discipline by that defensive line.
Yeah, Alex Bissonette made just a little half jump there, not enough to go into the neutral zone. So he was able to compose himself, and I assume this time they're going to come back and punt the ball.
You would think so. 4th and 3, 1:24 to go in this first half.
Congratulations to the Gulls.
Bulldogs will look to have a special teams play here. They've had several fantastic returns. Last week, Brody Helton with a 32-yard punt return down to the 1-yard line. Was able to punch it in one play later. Got some good blocking from the rest of his return squad. They'll look to have a momentum-changing play right before halftime. 1:24. They still have 3 timeouts to go, so plenty of time here for this Bulldogs offense before we head to halftime. 19-14 is the score. The Astros ahead by 5 as we close in on half.
They were trailing as much as 13-0 in this game. Bulldogs coming back very strongly.
Back to kick, A.J. Schultz for the Astros. Matthews will receive. He stands at his own 25-yard line. Snaps back somewhat low, off one bounce, and the kick is off the right side, but gets a phenomenal bounce ahead inside Bedford's 25-yard line, down to the 15, it looks like.
That was actually, it worked out to be a really good punt. Like you said, it bounced. Matthews didn't want to take a chance trying to field it with Astros defenders all around him. The ball travels back to the 15-yard line. They've got all 3 timeouts and 1:10 to work with here. We'll see if they can maybe get at least into field goal range. And they are getting the ball to start the second half, so a little double dip would be nice here.
85 yards is a tough ask, especially against this stout Pinkerton defense.
Well, you know, what do we think? A 25-yard line to kick a 42-yarder? What kind of leg does Bennett Matthews have?
Tough ask. May, empty backfield. Motion man left to right is Helton. May takes the snap. Looks up the middle. Was trying to set up the screen. It gets tipped and incomplete. Casamasino is in the middle there trying for a little screenplay up the middle, but good hands by the Pinkerton defensive line, and it passes incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs on their own 15.
So we definitely have to be careful here to avoid any turnovers, and at the very least, 3 incompletions would give the ball right back to the Astros with significant time left, although they only have 1 timeout remaining.
2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. They break the huddle, approach the line of scrimmage. Empty backfield again for May. 2 receivers to his right, 3 out to the near side, the far side left into the boundary. Motion man left to right is Helton again. May takes the snap, looks to the right, delivers it out to the side. Catch! Phenomenal catch by Matthews. Pulls it in over his shoulder and gets the feet down.
And that was coming right toward our perspective here in the press box, watching Matthews. Got the hands on it, got the feet in. First down, 1:01 to go here. All 3 timeouts remaining. There at the 35-yard line.
Gets the feet down, gets out of bounds on a 20-yard gain for Matthews. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on their own 35. Same formation, empty backfield for May. He's in the gun. Approaches the line of scrimmage, makes a little check for the offensive line. He's back and ready. Claps his hands, takes the snap, looks to the right, now back to the left. Points his fingers, says, hey, get downfield, now goes short. Matthews catches it. He's ahead for 1st down yardage, but I believe May was beyond the line of scrimmage when he delivered that ball. So this is going to be a penalty on the Bulldogs.
We're going to have to see this again.
For an illegal forward pass.
Any chance we can get a replay on this? Okay, so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
That's a tough call. You have to be all the way over that line of scrimmage.
Right. I don't know what the rules are in NHIA, but in the NFL, if you have any part of your body behind the line of scrimmage, that's a good call. Watch this again. Right? The ball, he had both feet behind the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball.
Tough call there. 5-yard penalty on the Bulldogs. They're not going to look at replay because they don't.
No, they don't have it. They don't have the luxury we have here.
It's second and 15. I believe that's a loss of down, yeah. So loss of down and a 5-yard penalty. 2nd and 15 on their own 30. Bulldogs need to get out to the 45-yard line. Slot right, split left. Back on either side of May. Now going in motion is Matthews. He takes the snap, setting up a screen in the middle. Helton is met right away when he catches that ball. And the Pinkerton Astros defensive line was onto that one early.
And a quick timeout called. I'm going to assume this is by Bedford, although it could be the Astros. Nope, it's Bedford's call here. So first the 3 timeouts. 3rd and 12 coming up here. We'll see what the coaching staff comes up with. But, boy, I tell you, that was a drive killer, that call.
Yeah, honestly, it was a tough one. Right at the line of scrimmage, his last step on the ground was behind the line of scrimmage. The official was right there. He made the call, what he felt was appropriate. Matthews had a 9 or 10-yard gain on that far sideline stepping out of bounds, but replay shows that was a tough call for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 12 here as we'll come out of the huddle. Timeout here. Look like the
clock's not working.
Clock having some challenges to reset it to, I believe, 46 seconds in this first half. Again, the Astros lead 19-14 here in Bedford.
And they're going to count the clock down. Get it to where it needs to be. 49.6, you said?
46 seconds. It's close enough. So 3rd and 12. Bulldogs break the huddle, and they go empty backfield. May has 3 receivers to the left of his formation, slot to the right. He's in the gun, slaps his hands together, takes the snap, looks down the left-hand side, delivers it out to the left-hand sideline. Suazo with the catch, and he's out of bounds. Big gainer into Pinkerton territory. He's out of bounds at the 29-yard line. 38 seconds remaining, and the clock stops with Suazo getting out of bounds.
What a throw by May. He's having a career day today, I think. I know it's only the first half of the game, but he's made a couple of really clutch throws.
Great pitch, great catch. Suazo again coming up in the clutch, and now the Bulldogs are in striking distance at the Pinkerton 29-yard line. 38 seconds remains.
And 2 timeouts remaining, too.
Empty backfield again for May. 3 receivers to the right, 2 into the boundary on the left-hand side. May calls the signals. Back in the shotgun. We're going to get a timeout. I believe this is by the Astros, and it is. They'll take a timeout. 38 seconds. They'll try to compose their defense and prevent any further Bulldogs points before this halftime.
We all want to wish the best of luck to the Bedford golf team. Tuesday is the state championship at Canterbury Woods, and the boys and girls earned a top seed with a 23-1 regular season. So good luck in that final.
Great replay there. You could see Suazo on that far side. He was the split end to the left of the formation. Got a good release against Spellman. And then it was a jump ball. Spellman was with him stride for stride. Just out of his reach. Great ball right into the basket for Suazo. Catch and run afterwards, and it puts the Bulldogs in position to have a chance to get more points on the board. 19-14, the Astros lead here just before halftime. Coach Matthews gives his offense a good idea of how he wants to approach these last plays. Offense breaks the huddle. Looks like our referee friend is back out on the field after a few moments of catching his wind, catching his wits about him. 2 tights, Two wings. May takes the snap. Feels pressure up the middle. He's going to get sacked. That'll be a big loss. Nearly a 10-yard loss as the defensive line breaks through. That'll force the Bulldogs to take another timeout here. He's caught all the way back at the 37-yard line. And that was number 53, Aaron Parker, for the Astros, wrapping up May first.
I'm wondering if somebody on Bedford ran the wrong pattern, because I saw two receivers kind of heading in the same direction while the entire sideline was open. I think somebody was supposed to cut across here. Watch this, these two receivers right here. They both go here instead of cutting to the outside. Maybe that was a call, I'm not sure, but
looked like there might have been a crossing pattern they were setting up on that left-hand side, perhaps looking for that deep left side of the formation throw. Either way, May did not have enough time to deliver and takes the sack for a 10-yard loss.
actually they're going to call it a 6-yard loss, so 2nd and 16. They're going to give him the from where the contact was made to where he was driven back. So could have been worse. The key here is to, at the very least, stay within field goal range if they are inclined to try that here. You know, if they're at the 25-yard line with, you know, no time left, why not try a kick?
Sure, why not? If you have the leg, if you have the confidence that snap can get down and in position.
Yeah, you know, if you're not worried about a block and a scoop and score.
Bennett Matthews has been doing the place-kicking duties with Petrie out. A back on either side of May in the backfield now. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He'll look deep down the field, deliver down the left hash. He's got Suazo. That looked like interference, and the flag comes in. It was interference. Suazo was under it. And honestly, that's a touchdown-saving penalty.
Now watch here, you got hands to the face by 53 of the Astros as well. He got away with that, but I'll take this interference call.
Well, honestly, the Astros will probably take that interference call too. That keeps points off the board. That was right on the goal line. So to me, it's a smart play by the Astros. That was a short touchdown if he did not make that play. So flags come in from two different officials, the linesman and the back judge. They were all over that call.
Should be a 15-yard penalty here.
Defensive pass interference is the call as expected. 25 seconds remain on the clock. They march it ahead 15 yards, and it should be a first down as well.
That is a 15-yard penalty. Ball will be placed.
Not an automatic first down, so 2nd and 3.
Ball will be placed at 16.
It should be 2nd and 1, I would think. Considering it was 2nd and 16.
Yeah, I think that's just miscalculation up here in the booth. Looks like 2nd and 3 to me. May sends Casamassino in motion, takes the snap. We have a flag. False start on the Bulldogs. They'll march him back 5 yards. So this last minute or so of the half has taken an eternity. It started at the Bulldogs' own 15-yard line with 1:20 to go.
Yeah, you're right about that pass interference call. That was that saved. Not only did it save points, it didn't even give up the first down, and now you've got 2nd and 8 coming up. So no guarantee a first down is going to come this way. Although they did miss the hands to the face by number 53 for the Astros. That was
Parker again.
Aaron Parker.
Slot right, two receivers out to the left as well. May in the pistol, takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Helton. He'll look deep over the middle. He's got
another one. Come on.
Feet get tangled. No flag comes out.
He got pushed down before the ball even got there.
That one could have gone either way. We're going to look at the replay here. Looks like those feet just got tangled. There was a push there, yeah. So that's a tough one.
They got away with one.
No flag, so 3rd and 8. 17 seconds to go in this first half. Bulldogs will look to at least get a first down here. They do have one remaining timeout.
This would be a 44-yard kick if they didn't gain anything here.
And that, to me, seems like it's likely out of range for Bennett Matthews. Coach Matthews giving the officials a bit of an earful on the near sideline. 4 wide receivers set for the Bulldogs. May takes the snap, fakes the handoff to help pressure off the left-hand side. He steps up, looks over the middle. He's got his man Matthews. It's complete down inside the 10-yard line.
Clock will stop with the first down.
To the 8-yard line.
Bulldogs still with a timeout. 10.7 seconds to go.
And the Bulldogs do take the timeout. So it's a first down. First and goal for the Bulldogs. They mark them at the 7. And the Bulldogs will have 10 seconds and a couple shots at the end zone to get points on the board before half.
And it looks like they decided to use their timeout right now. Yes, they did. So you're right. This is definitely going to be end zone or bust.
Couple of shots, maybe a fade to that left near,
yeah,
that far
that's enough
side.
time for 3 shots. You're right.
Into the boundary.
Wow, who would have thought when they were trailing 13-0 that they would have a chance to take the lead before the half?
Ye of little faith, Harry. I'm a little concerned about you. So, again, I can imagine trying to isolate on that left-hand side, maybe with Ellsmore. He's got some height and jumping ability. Get him out on that left-hand side as a split end.
Yeah, no, they didn't have anybody on Matthews, which is surprising. You'd think he'd be the #1 person of interest on the Bedford offense on a passing down.
So let's watch this left side of the formation again, into the boundary. Ball's on the left hash.
Got to be quick.
Easier throw for May to go into that sideline on the far side.
Got to be quick, got to be into the end zone.
First and goal from the 7 for the Bulldogs.
Maybe a 1 or 2 step drop from his shotgun. He should deliver pretty soon after that. Throw it 8 yards deep into the corner and get your wide receiver at least a chance. Suazo and Matthews are on that left side. Too tight, 2 wing set. Matthews goes in motion left to right. May takes the snap. He looks into the side. Ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage by one of those defensive linemen. It is incomplete. And it is lucky it's incomplete.
Yeah.
Only 4 seconds tick off the clock, though. So fortunate for the Bulldogs, they likely have at least 1 more and maybe 2 more shots at the end zone here.
No, I think they're going to take 1 shot and then take the 3 if they, if it comes down to it. Make it a 2-point game. 19-14 right now. Bulldogs down by 5. They'd like to get the lead, but don't forget they do get the ball to start the second half, so a field goal would not be a bad thing.
The Bulldogs did defer after winning the toss, so they will receive the opening second half kickoff. May has 3 receivers to the right. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff, delivers to the right-hand side. It's picked off in the end zone and kneeled down. Matthews was trying to get free. It was picked off by David Souther. He was waiting for that. That's a tough throw and tough catch. I thought it would have been into the sideline, but they try to go far side. Into the wide side of the field, and the Astros come up with a critical interception here with 0.9 seconds left in this first half.
Well,
that's what you can't have there, right? The turnover, you at least want to get that next play to at least attempt the field goal.
Right. May, he probably should have just thrown the ball away, but I think he just wanted to try to get it to Matthews, and Matthews is a reliable receiver, but the ball couldn't even get to him because the defender was right there.
Souther undercut it. They'll take victory formation here, kneel it down before halftime with just 0.9 seconds. And the Astros will take a 19-14 lead here into halftime over the Bulldogs. Teams will talk it over. We'll reset. We'll bring you the Bulldogs marching band and color guard performance at halftime and rejoin you on the other side for second half Division I football action here from Bedford High School.
The Bedford High School Marching Band and Color Guard is proud to present their 2024 halftime show, The Grand Illusion, the music of sticks. The band is under the direction of Matthew Bruneau, Assistant Director Tom Salyers, and the Color Guard instructor Maria Rosado. The drill designer is Elliot Frank. The drum majors are Ella Andri, Naomi Akirov, and Eric Fournier. The drum captain is Joel Matthew, and the Color Guard captains are Tabitha Art and Genevieve Garton. Join us as we embark on a mystical journey where reality bends and dreams come alive. Our adventure begins in a small town with a discovery that will change everything. glimpses of their destiny, our travelers peer into the crystal ball of fate. Visions of hope and challenge shimmer before them as they navigate through dreams and desires, forging their path forward. Beyond the shimmering visions lies a city of metal and mirrors, where the mind is tested and the soul is challenged. Here the battle between man and machine unfolds as our heroes seek to free themselves from the grip of illusion. At the edge of the world, a majestic ship awaits to carry them across uncharted waters. As they sail away, they leave behind the illusions of the past, journeying towards a horizon filled with promise and new beginnings.
Enjoyed the Bedford Marching Band and their performance of the music of sticks here at halftime. We've got a special guest here in the press box while we're waiting for the game to resume. Chris Duffy, the sports editor from the Union Leader, happened to drop by. Chris, welcome to our broadcast. Happy to have you on.
Thank you, Harry.
So this game is turning out to be the contest we all hoped it would be going in.
Yeah. Two great teams. Two of the arguably four best teams in the state. I think we can kind of agree that maybe at this stage of the season, after 5 weeks, we can say that there are four clear-cut contenders for the title. Maybe five, maybe South. I saw South last week. They're pretty solid too.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Exeter, Pinkerton, Londonderry definitely is in the conversation. Mm-hmm. Maybe Salem.
Salem too.
Is a dark horse.
Salem
I mean,
too
when you have a player
great.
like Tedesco.
Kevin Tedesco is outstanding. Yes, they're down in Rhode Island tonight playing Cumberland, Rhode Island, and so maybe 4 is not a good number. Actually, maybe there's more than 4 that really, and you never know what's going to happen. They're teenage kids. Things happen, right? So things good and bad happen. Teams get better from week 5 to the end of the season. And then there are injuries, too. So you never know what's going to happen. But these two teams are outstanding. 2 outstanding quarterbacks. Jack May is great. McDonald's great for Pinkerton. We've seen some passes that there really wasn't a huge window for them to complete, and they did.
Yeah, the pass to Suazo was definitely one.
Suazo down on the sideline. The pass to Caruso from McDonald was outstanding. Touchdown pass from Pinkerton was outstanding also.
He put a good touch on that. He was able to float that over several Bedford defenders and dropped it in. In fact, he seems to have a terrific touch on the ball, especially when there's somebody between him and the receiver. He's able to just kind of drop it in.
He finds the seams. What was interesting, of course, and you guys have probably talked about this, was the way that Pinkerton opened. Old school, Brian O'Reilly went back to his roots and went for the fullback dive that kept working, and halfback, off tackles, and boom, it was 13-0, and
it looked like it could have been lights out from that point on. Bedford was getting pushed around. They went 3 and out on their first possession. It didn't look good there, but then, Coach Matthews, opened up the playbook. He must have been saving a few good ones for a game like this, and they just adjusted what they were doing, adjusted the attack. They're not going straight into the Astros line. They're sweeping. They're taking slanted angles at the line, and they're making hay. They're getting downfield.
And that's what great coaches and great teams do. They adjust, right? Whether it's on the fly in the middle of a half or at halftime. We'll see how the second half plays out, but this should be Really interesting.
Yeah, I'm interested in what they're going to do in the second half. It's a real unfortunate turnover there at the end of the first half that didn't come away with at least 3 points to make it a 2-point game. It's a shame. And you had such a beautiful drive, like I said, that pass that kept it alive. I mean, they almost went 85 yards in a minute and 10.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just a magnificent drive that just ended with the turnover there. But you probably didn't hear the interview. We get to talk to the coach every on Thursday before each game, and he told us that they actually use the huddle system here at the school to get real-time replays of drives. So
interesting.
After a bad series, either on offense or defense, they're able to download the drive and show the players in real, like as soon as they come off the field, what happened on the drive, and they're able to game plan off of that.
I guess that doesn't surprise me that they're innovative that way.
Yeah, I mean that's like NFL technology right here at NHIA level football.
Yeah.
So it's really terrific. So we're getting ready to kick off here, about 20 seconds before they line up and do that. Chris, thank you for joining us on the broadcast.
Thank you, Harry.
Really appreciate you
have a good
dropping
one.
by. And we'll talk to you again real soon. Chris Duffy from the Union Leader. Give my regards to Roger next time you see him. Oh, he's here at the game, Roger Brown?
A lot of attention on this game tonight. Thanks again, Chris. Roger Brown in town. WMUR was on the field this afternoon as they anticipated quite a tilt here this evening between these two football programs at the Division I level.
Yeah, no doubt this is going to be the lead story on the sports report tonight. Fantastic game.
Hopefully we see some more highlights throughout this second half. Again, we come back to you here at Bedford High School. The Pinkerton Astros lead 19-14 over the Bedford Bulldogs. They had touchdowns by Morrison, a 74-yard run. They go for an onside kick to start the second half here. The Bulldogs seemingly ready for it as the Astros try to come up with a big play to get things started, but they do give up some field position.
Cam Santos, who's Johnny on the spot, picked up the ball. So, yeah, Coach O'Reilly rolling the dice there, trying to come up with, try to take that possession away from the Bulldogs here to start the second quarter, but instead they give up the ball on the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 here for Bedford.
Bulldogs bunch 3 receivers to the right, stand up end to the left. May takes the snap. He'll hand it off, a reverse pivot for Helton. He takes it off to the right-hand side of the line. Over the tackle and guard area, pivots back into the middle and spins ahead for a we'll call it a 4-yard gain.
And a good run by Helton, able to spin away from Quintiliani. He was the first defender making contact with him. That spin move able to pick up an extra 2.5 yards. 2nd and 6 here at the 49-yard line, their own 49. 19-14, Astros lead the Bulldogs.
May back to the line of scrimmage. Trips bunch to the left-hand side, in tight to the tackle box. Helton goes in motion out to the right-hand side. They'll hand it off on an inside handoff to Matthews. He gets it out to the right end, but he's tripped up before he can get too far. Spellman comes up for him, the defensive backfield. Now we get a light flag.
Wow, was this a late hit?
I think there must have been some chirping that the near side official did not like. That came out, yeah, and they're going to call a personal foul on the Astros as they do not like what the officials were talking about.
Anthony Caruso is pleading his case here to no avail. He needs to be a little careful here because the officials will only put up with so much of that.
A little bit of chirping after the play. Matthews came out, got around the right end. About a 2 or 3 yard gain.
Dead ball foul.
And it is a 15-yard penalty on the Astros.
Let's see if we can pick it up here. And 7 is the one that was complaining about it. So there's the shoestring tackle. All right. I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah, I don't think Caruso was anywhere near that play. I think it was just some chirping and possibly some unsportsmanlike discussion, shall we say, at the end of that play. So the Bedford Bulldogs get the benefit of a call there. We don't know details. We're up here in the skybox, but either way, the Bulldogs have a 1st and 10 on the Astros 34-yard line. A back on either side of May. Motion left to right into the boundary. Helton takes it off the right-hand side, has some room, gets out across, inside the 30-yard line.
Carry brought down by number 7.
Good 7-yard carry
Yeah, I was
for
gonna say about that.
Helton. Maybe only 6. They mark it at the 28-yard line.
6 on the play. It'll be
Second and 4 for the Bulldogs
from the Astros,
as they look
28.
to get some momentum here starting this second half and put more points on the board. They were threatening at the end of the first half. That was all thwarted by the interception by Souther. May has a motion man. He hands it off. That's Casamassino getting around the right end. Down to about the 20-yard line. He has first down yardage. And they move the sticks. They spot it at the 20. Casamassino, as he's at that left wing position. Inside handoff from May. Got some blocking out in front of him. Cuts it back inside, as you see there. Picked up a block or two. And he was ahead for a nice gainer.
Yeah, Bulldogs finding these plays that are putting the Astros on their heels a bit. Not big plays, but 4 or 5 yards at a try.
Here's this double tight, double wing set again. May takes the snap, hands it off to Helton off the right tackle. We have a flag in the backfield, likely a holding call. Coach Matthews not very happy as he's chirping his player in the backfield. It actually looks like Bennett Matthews who might be getting called on that.
Yeah, there it is.
Sure was.
Yeah. He threw the hands up like who, me?
Dino Savas was trying to get in on that left defensive end position.
And that was behind the line of scrimmage, too, so this is going to be the full-strength 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. So first and 20 coming up here, probably from the 30-yard line.
10-yard penalty on the Bulldogs.
As you can see, Coach Matthews not happy about that. Not necessarily about the call, but more about the penalty itself. It was pretty clear. First and 20.
It's somewhat unnecessary that he held that hold or that block, whatever you want to call it, that long. He could have released the player a lot quicker.
It was at the point of attack, so perhaps that block or hold, shall we call it, was the reason that Helton had some breathing room there. Either way, the flag comes out. The ball gets marched back. 2 tights, 2 wings. May with Helton behind him. Pistol formation. Motion left to right. They hand it to Helton up the middle. He goes off the left guard, pushes ahead for 7 yards or so inside the 25-yard line. Second and 13 for the Bulldogs on this opening drive of the second half.
Nothing fancy there, just straight up the middle.
Of course, the Astros tried that onside kick to open things off and gave the Bulldogs decent field position at their own 45-yard line. May has 3 receivers to the left, a split end to the right. Helton behind him. He'll give it to Helton. Off the left guard, close to first down yardage. I believe he'll have it.
No, actually, that's just back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's the original line of scrimmage.
So he got about 4 yards there. Going to call it 3rd and 9. Nope, they're going to mark him at the 20, so full 3rd and 10 coming up.
3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Just inside the red zone here as the ball sits on the inside half of the 20-yard line. Talk things over, call out the play, and now they approach the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers out to the left, a split end to the right. Helton is to the left of May in the backfield. Helton in the gun. Helton in motion, out to the left-hand side, passes out to him, complete in the flat. 2 tacklers there, and making a sure-handed open field tackle is Spellman again. You mentioned him in the first half. Quite an athlete there is Brady Spellman.
So 4th and 6, what do we do here? Do you go for a field goal? This would be I guess about a 33-yard attempt if they were to try it from here.
Yeah, it looks like about a 33-yarder. Probably not a lot of confidence in Bennett Matthews as the field goal or place kicker. So 4th and, we'll call it 6. I believe they need to get to the 10-yard line. Ball is on the 16. 4 receivers set again for May. Helton to his right. Slot right. Takes the snap. Looks to the right. Out in the flat. Delivered. Caught. Matthews. He's got a first down. He's ahead. 3 tacklers come up to give Matthews some punishment. He'll be down at the 5-yard line. but it will be first and goal for the Bulldogs at the 5.
Another great throw here by Jack May. Hit Matthews as soon as he got out of his cut. Matthews fighting for extra yards, getting it down to the 5-yard line. First and goal. First and goal from the 5. Bulldogs with a chance to take the lead.
From the 5.
That's great route running, too, by Bennett Matthews. Went out to about 5 yards, broke down, faked to the inside. That stunned the defender, and it gave him just that fraction of a second to get separation. First and goal from the 5. Matthews out to the right. May has 2 tights, 2 wings. Helton behind May. He'll hand it off to Matthews. Comes around from that end around. 2-yard gain down to the 3-yard line, and Matthews is upended at the end of that play.
And when that play was developing, it looked like Matthews had a lane to the end zone, but it closed quickly. I didn't catch who made that tackle, but
I'm willing to bet it was sophomore Brady Spellman.
Yeah.
Coming up with that quickness from his defensive back position. He's been all over the field this evening. Quite a game for number 24 for the Astros. 5:48 and counting in the third quarter. This is the opening drive of the third quarter.
And this real time eater to see if the Bulldogs keep it on the ground here.
Second and goal from the 3. May in the pistol. Helton behind him. Takes the snap. Reverse pivot. Toss sweep to the right-hand side. Helton looking to get the edge all the way to the goal line. It looks like he's in, and he is in. His helmet rolls out to the open side of the sideline, and he celebrates. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Brody Helton on a 3-yard run.
Second touchdown of the day for Brody Helton. He may not be getting the yards he usually gets, but he's getting the touchdowns. And the Bulldogs, after trailing 13-0, have stormed back to a 2019 lead with a chance to add an extra point.
Quite a drive there from the Bulldogs. Again, methodical. They started on their own 45. It burned off 6.5 minutes here in the third quarter.
Not to mention overcoming that big holding call.
So tough call here. So this is an interesting thing. Helton's helmet came off at the end of that play. He does not get to play in the ensuing play because his helmet fell off. So this will be Winston Hune in at running back for the Bulldogs
go for 2 here.
As they go for 2, right? It's a 1-point margin. They're looking to get it to a 3-point margin with 5:27 to go here in the third quarter. May has 3 receivers out to the right, 1 split left. He takes the snap. It's an option to the right-hand side. He fakes the pitch, and he's in. 2-point conversion is good.
The 2-point conversion is
Jack
good.
May on the 3-yard run gets it in, and they push it out. 22-19. It is a 3-point margin as the Bulldogs make good on that 2-point try.
And the assist on that touchdown goes to Pinkerton Academy's Dino Savas, who tackled him into the end zone. The momentum of trying to tackle May from behind drove him into the end zone.
Fireworks here to start this third quarter. Again, the onside attempt by the Astros recovered by the Bulldogs at their own 45. They drive those 55 yards, ending with a 3-yard touchdown run by Helton. Some tough plays, a couple penalties they overcame. Critical third down plays to get first down yardage, and the Bulldogs make good on the 2-point conversion to boot. 22-19 with 5:27 to go here in the third.
And we mentioned earlier in the game whether or not these missed extra points were going to come back to haunt the Astros, and they have so far. It's still plenty of game time left, but if it were 21-20, the Bulldogs would have just kicked the extra point and settled for the tie, but because they had the opportunity to push it to a 3-point lead, they went for 2.
Todd back to kick for the Bulldogs.
Todd back to kick for the black-clad Bulldogs. He swings the leg through up that left hash, caught at about the 18-yard line by the Astros, taken out beyond the 35 to about the 37. That was Rice and Michaud on the return.
Back by Rice and Michaud.
Ball is marked at the 37.
Tackle made by number 33, Bryson Durso.
Where the Astros offense will come back to the field.
Well, the Bulldogs were able to stop the Astros on their last possession. Let's see if they can do it again here, if they can hang on to this lead.
Junior quarterback Aiden McDonald has shown an arm, but he hasn't really needed to, as their ground attack has been pushing on all cylinders. Reverse pivot, they give it to Quintiliani up the middle.
Nothing doing.
He is stacked up at the line of scrimmage, maybe for a 1-yard loss. And Ben Quintiliani will take that 1-yard loss.
We like to call him Biscuit. Alexander Bissonette.
Bissonette there with the tackle for the Bulldogs.
2nd and 11 on their own 36 for the Astros. 22-19 is your score. The Bulldogs lead by 3 here halfway through the third quarter. McDonald back to the line of scrimmage, motion right to left. Reverse pivot, he'll hand it off to the left-hand side. Here's Spellman. Splits a couple of defenders. Great cut back up the middle, and he gets it out to the 45-yard line. 3rd and 2.
Great run there by Spellman.
9-yard gain for Spellman. He is quite an athlete. The sophomore has been impacting this game on both sides of the ball. 3rd and 2 for the Astros.
See if the Bulldogs can hold him here. Coming out in another tight formation. Looks like another running play.
2 tights, 2 backs in the backfield. Motion right to left. They'll hand it off left side. Moving ahead close
very
to first
close,
down
very
yards.
close.
Ah, man, that spot does not look like he got it.
No.
He is still inside the 47-yard line. I believe he had to gain the 47 in order to move the sticks. They might measure this one. I don't think he got it.
No, I mean, they don't even need to measure. I mean, I guess they are going to, but it's obvious. You can just see that the stick is standing right at the 47-yard line. The ball's at the 46.5.
Tough to tell for the officials down on the field. We do have a better vantage point, as it is pretty much right where we are sitting on the 47-yard line. And I don't think he got it. To me, it's 4th and inches.
It might have even been a generous spot, giving him being just a foot short. I think he was caught further behind the line. Let's see what the chain gang has to say here.
We'll also see how much confidence that Coach O'Reilly has in his offense. We see it there, 4th and inches. They are short.
Yeah, they're going to call it a short foot.
4th and inches.
9 inches.
Again, we'll see how much confidence Coach O'Reilly has in this offense. This is a critical way to respond for the Astros after the Bulldogs took that opening third quarter kickoff, marched down the field, put 8 points on the board. 3:48 to go in the third quarter. The Bulldogs ahead 22-19 in a spectacular game so far. We've seen big plays, we've seen some hits, long runs, long touchdown passes, fireworks on both sides of the ball here. How's your entertainment factor, Harry?
Sky high.
Gotta love the Jack Edwards call.
Game of the year so far.
And again, the Astros might be going for the hard count here, although it's only 6 inches.
Quarterback sneak.
It is a sneak. He goes right up the middle. He's got enough. McDonald dives ahead for about a 2-yard gain out to the 49-yard line.
And McDonald did it all on his own, no tush push.
Forward. It's good enough for an Astro first down.
Yeah, and that's just communication between the quarterback and the center. It's probably just a little nudge, a little twitch. Give me the ball. Silent count. We'll go right on our count. Follows his center right up the middle, and it's a first down for the Astros.
Got a receiver out wide to the right.
Run play off the right tackle. He's got some room. That's number 5, A.J. Schultz. Looked close to the first down as he got inside Bedford territory to close to the 42. He's just shy, so we'll call it 2nd and 1. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, and the clock ticks after that running play.
42.
It's not running time, but it is running time. So much running play here.
Keeping that clock
Everybody
moving.
staying in bounds.
Keeping the ball on the ground. Again, you might say this Pinkerton offense has been known to be methodical, but they've gotten huge plays. A 74-yard touchdown run by Morrison and a 51-yard touchdown catch by Caruso. McDonald fakes the handoff, feels some pressure, delivers it deep over the middle. Coverage is there, and it's picked off. Momentum carries him into the end zone. Interception by the Bulldogs. They're going to mark him at the 3-yard line.
Landon Elsmore.
Elsmore back there as the safety and does well to cut off the defender, and that's a tough call. It looked like his momentum carried him into the end zone. That should come out to the 20, but they're going to mark him down at the 3-yard line. Effectively a punt for the Astros, but it was not on 4th down, so big play there by the Bulldog defense.
And another stop for the D after giving up 3 touchdowns on the first 3 possessions. The last 2 have come up goose eggs for the Astros, and the Bulldogs with a 3-point lead, looking to get out of their basement right now. They're backs to their own goal line here at the 3-yard line. They've got to put together a long drive here and see what they can do here.
Double tight, double wing set for May. He has Helton behind him. He takes the snap, hands it off to Helton. He comes off the right-hand side, sees some room out to the right tackle, and gives the offense a little bit of breathing room. We'll call it a 5-yard, 4-yard gain.
That was a good first down run here, giving the Bulldogs some breathing room, and you can see a shift outside then back inside. Looks like he lost his footing a little bit, but job done. He got the Bulldogs a little extra room here, and only now 2nd and 6.
They're not out of the woods yet, as it is on their own 6-yard line. May standing on his 1. Double tight, double wing set for the Bulldogs. Helton behind May. They take the snap, hand it off to Helton right up the middle. He's got some more breathing room, and he's out across the 10-yard line.
Looks like they got a first down.
Close to first down yardage. They'll stop the clock, look at it, and we'll move the sticks. First down, Bulldogs.
That's just the balance of power has seemed to shift here a little bit in this game, where the Astros were imposing their will on the lines, on the Bulldogs in those first 2 drives, and now the Bulldogs have been able to take it right back. Their long drives wearing down the Astros defense, and now Helton is starting to really feel it, picking up more and more yardage on his carries. We don't have a stat line on Helton, but I got to say he's probably over 70 yards on the night.
We have an injury timeout by the officials as Spellman trots to the far sideline. Looks like he might have been shaken up on one of these plays. Rice and Michaud will take over at the cornerback position here, near side into the boundary.
I wonder if they might try to take advantage of that with a pass.
4 receivers set here. Helton to the right of May in the backfield, who is in the shotgun. He takes the snap, looks out to the left, and delivers into the left flat, just a bit too high. Looking for Matthews over in the left flat. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Only passing attempt of the quarter, it feels like, anyway.
53 seconds. Well, not in that first.
That's right, the interception. Yeah. Forgot about that.
You mean of the quarter? Oh, that first touchdown drive, they had a couple of passes, right? So the Bulldogs, 2nd and 10 from their own 13-yard line. Back to the line of scrimmage. 53 seconds to go here in the 3rd. Only the 3rd possession of this quarter. 2 tights, 2 wings set. Matthews takes the snap, misses the handoff, picks up the fumble pretty quickly, gets out to the 15, so gets positive yardage, but he was trying to hand that off to Helton and missed it. Lucky it wasn't a turnover deep in their own territory at that point. 3rd and 8 for the Bulldogs. You see it here, he goes for the handoff, and the ball actually hits the turf, so May right there to pick it up quickly and prevent disaster.
Got a little bit of positive yardage there. We'll see if they have to snap the ball here. 20 seconds to go.
3rd and 8 for the Bulldogs from their own 15-yard line. Astros trying to get pumped up on that far sideline. Looks like they're going to bring the heat, but they drop out of it. May finds his man at about the 20-yard line. He looks like he's short, though. That was Bennett Matthews. Now
Second
pushes
effort.
Ahead. Whoa. Really late in that play. He might have been very close.
Going to be about a yard short.
To that on 2nd and 3rd effort there.
Still up. Down at the 23, had to get to the 24.
That is a great late push. I believe that was Helton that came in late and pushed the pile, got Matthews ahead. It's still going to be short, though.
So now the Bulldogs have to decide what they want to do.
The ball is marked at the 23. The officials are there chatting things over, not quite sure what the discussion is. They may bring it over to measure here.
They're going to give him the first. Really?
Oh, that's the end of the quarter, so they're switching it all the way down to the end.
Sorry about that. That is why they're pulling the chains up.
Yeah. So I'm not sure they're giving him the first quite yet. It is pretty close to first down yardage, but I think it's still going to be 4th and 1, if not shorter.
So what do you do here? Do you go for it? Do you go for 1 yard? Do you think help can get you 1 yard?
Oh, I don't know.
Little riverboat gambler.
The challenge here is that they don't play from under center hardly ever, right? So you're giving up 4 yards on the snap right away in the pistol or shotgun formation. If you're under center and you do a little quarterback sneak right off the center, left or right side, to me it makes it a little bit easier call. But the Bulldogs are going to take a timeout. I think they're in the same dilemma that you are. What do you do?
Just want to be sure they've got everything lined up and ready to go when they, they could be just trying to draw them off sides. At least they could try that and see what comes of that.
Well, if you do that, you're going to do that before you take the timeout, right? So.
Oh, that's true.
They're not going to get to the line of scrimmage and burn a second timeout right here. So.
And you can't. I don't know if the rules are the same with the NFL. You can't call 2 timeouts back to back. I don't know if that's the same in the NHIAA. Hey, it's easy to listen to Bedford 105.1 online. Go to wbnh.bedfordnh.org or bedford1051.com for the stream link. We also stream on phone apps like TuneIn, MyTuner, Simple Radio, and Radio Garden. Or if you have an Alexa device, just say, Alexa, play Bedford 105.1. Here we go, 4th and 1.
So the Bulldogs look like they will go for it here. The offense is still on the field.
4th and 1.
Well, you have Helton out there. It could be a quick kick.
Matthews is actually in at quarterback, and this is the quick kick formation, and that's exactly what it is. Helton quick kicks it, bounces at the 42-yard line, and drops dead at the 40. So they opt for the quick kick to change field position, and they did well as they started that drive on their own 3. Did all right to at least get out from in the shadows of their own goalposts and try to switch that field position game.
Usually those quick kicks have a pretty good forward bounce, and that one kind of bit the ground and went straight up. So I don't think that worked out quite the way they were hoping.
It's still got to be, at least a 35, 40-yard punt. The Astros back to the line of scrimmage with some urgency here. They snap it, hand it off, left-hand side. That's Rice and Michaud. Great stick on that right side of the defense. Matthews comes up and delivers a blow.
Put him on the ground. No.
Poor little out from Mutombo. McDonald hands it off. That's Michaud, and you see Matthews come up, stick him right there at the 40. 1 yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
James T in on it. It'll be 2nd down and 9 Astros.
Matthews bringing the hammer there, standing him up, good solid clean hit. And as the clock ticks here in the 4th quarter, Bulldogs lead 22-19 with 11 minutes to go. McDonald under center, motion right to left, takes the snap, hands it off to Michaud. He's got a good gain, 1st down yardage into Bedford territory. It'll be out of bounds at the Bedford 48-yard line, and the Astros move the chains. First and 10. The Astros had great body language as they started this drive. They came out with some intention, approaching the line of scrimmage with urgency. They know they trail by 3 and they need to get some points on the board in this drive. Dive up the middle, stopped at the line of scrimmage, perhaps a 1 yard gain. That was Joseph Osanya on the carry, number 10 for the Astros. Junior running back with the 1 yard gain. Thank you again for the tubas for moving down a couple rows this week. We appreciate that. Much easier for us to see. 2nd and 9 on the Bedford 47-yard line. The Astros back to the line of scrimmage. 2 tights, 2 wings. And in motion is Michaud. He'll get the ball off the left wing, out to the left-hand side of the formation around the end.
First down.
And he's headed for a first down.
Yeah, Bulldogs got swallowed up at the line of scrimmage, letting Michaud cut to the outside.
We're following the fake as they sold it really well to Joseph Asanya, the first man through. Gave it to the motion man, Bryson Michaud. 9-yard carry and a first down for the Astros. Ball's on the 37 in Bedford territory. They show blitz. McDonald hands it off. Contact made behind the line of scrimmage, and spinning out of it is Michaud. He's still on his feet, close to the first down, and likely has another one on an 11-yard gain. Yeah. Finally tackled at the 26-yard line.
Bulldogs had 3 chances to get him down. James Tamilevich, first one in the backfield, couldn't bring him down. Michaud able to spin out of that tackle, spun out of another one, got to the first down marker. So another first down run here. They're at the 26-yard line. 9:24 to go, trailing by 3. Bedford up 22-19.
They break the huddle, 2 tight set. 2 backs in the backfield for McDonald. He's under center, takes the snap. Reverse pivot, fakes to the first man through. He'll range out to his right-hand side, tries to pick up a block. He'll get out for maybe a 4 or 5 yard gain.
He'll get out to the 22-yard line, so 4-yard gain. Now, we've seen the Astros kicking game on extra points. They've missed 2 of 3. So you got to wonder that a field goal might not be an option for him here. And even if they do get a field goal, you know, do they go for 2 or try again on the extra point, kick one?
Point counterpoint, though, their kickoff guy has a pretty strong leg, so perhaps on longer field goal tries they put him in. McDonald fakes the first man.
That's
it's an end around out to the left-hand side. Here's Michaud again. He's got a first down.
Another great play call there. Really froze Bedford, and Michaud had a clear lane to the post, to the pylon. Got himself a first down to the 14-yard line. Just under 9 minutes to play here.
Michaud got out of bounds, so the clock stops at 8:59. Ball on the 14-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Astros. That's John Pappas that we were talking about that was doing the kickoffs, and he has quite a strong leg, so perhaps the Astros would consider it. 2 tight set for McDonald. Misdirection and getting tackled for a loss. That's James Tamilevich slicing through the offensive line and tackling for loss there. So 1 yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Clock ticking, 8:38. You know, if this game gets away from the Bulldogs, there'll be a couple of what-if moments.
Possibly.
The end of the first half, the interception, not going for it with 4th and 1.
Yeah, that's a tough one to second guess. McDonald under center, 2 backs in the backfield. Toss sweep to the right-hand side. It's Michaud again. He's been getting heavy load of carry here in this second half as we're in the 4th quarter. Inside the 10-yard line, short of the first down, it'll be 3rd and 3.
Tamilevich again with the tackle.
Little Neil Diamond by the marching band. We like the stand tunes here.
From Lady Gaga to Neil Diamond. Bad Romance, Sweet Caroline.
3rd and 3. Looks like the ball's on the 7-yard line. Need to get down to the 4 for first down yardage, 7.5 and ticking here in this game. A little confusion by McDonald, so he goes back to the line, to the sideline.
I wonder if they're going to have enough time here.
Yeah, they're going to need to take a timeout here.
Yep, they do. So that burns it down to just 1 timeout remaining.
I believe that's their first
no,
here.
You're right.
I'm
looking at the Bedford sideline or scoreboard. Right. It is just they have 2 timeouts remaining here.
So game reset. 7:21 to go in the game. The Astros driving here, but they trail 22-19 in Bedford. 3rd and 3 for them on the 7-yard line as they look to put points on the board. Again, they're not looking to settle for 3 here. They're looking to go ahead.
Games coming up on BCTV in Bedford 105.1. Boys soccer versus Spalding coming up Tuesday at 7 p.m. That's a TV game. Channels 8 and 1072 on BCTV. Then 8 days from tonight, it's football at Portsmouth Oyster River, Saturday at 1:30 in the afternoon, radio-only game, and I will have that call for you. Then on the following Monday, October 21st, volleyball versus Londonderry. Bulldogs still undefeated. That's a 6:30 tip-off, and that'll be on BCTV channels 8 and 1072.
So likely 4-down territory here for the Astros. They come back out. They'll huddle up at the 15-yard line. The Bedford Bulldogs defense ready to adjust to the formation. They break the huddle and approach the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers in the slot left, tight right, quick snap, and they toss it out to the left side. Michaud's got some room. He gets a block or 2, and he gets to the pylon. Touchdown, Astros. Bryson Michaud on a 7-yard jaunt. Scampered to that left side, picked up a few blocks. And the Astros are back out in front, 25-22 for the time being.
Now let's see if they go for 2. Coach O'Reilly might not trust his kicker.
3-point margin, I'm not sure that gains all that much, except for the fact that they've had trouble kicking those extra points.
Yeah, right now, Bulldogs could tie it with a field goal. So it looks like they are going to go for 2.
They huddle up at the 10-yard line. Ball is marked at the 3, as usual. Bulldogs defense, again, ready to adjust.
And they're going to quickly assemble at the line of scrimmage. Receiver open on the far side. Let's see what happens here. Will he keep it on the ground?
McDonald takes a snap, reverse pivot. They fake it. They'll get tackled in the backfield.
They thought they were going to.
Tamilevich tackling Ryson Michaud. So the 2-point try is no good. It stays a 3-point margin. 25-22. The Astros lead by 3.
No, they kept going to Michaud, hoping that he could keep the magic alive, but the Bulldogs defense stops them on the 2-point conversion, so that's 4 failed extra points. Or, sorry, correction, 3 failed extra points by the Astros tonight. (25-22) is the game, and the Bulldogs, without Petrie, obviously they're somewhat limited in their kicking game, but if they get it to if they get it to within the 10 or 15-yard line, I think they can count on Matthews or maybe Todd to try a field goal.
7 minutes to glory here. 7:14 remains on the clock. Bulldogs need to be efficient.
Just one note real quick. I talked about the soccer game on Tuesday night. School board meeting is having a meeting. The school board is meeting on that at the same time as the soccer game. So the game will only be on channels 1072. Channel 8 will be the school board meeting.
Bulldogs wisely bringing some of the upbacks up to defend against a potential onside. Pappas will kick it away from the 40-yard line for the Astros. Comes up, swings the leg through, and it's taken by an upback at the 27-yard line. Dancing around now back to the middle, getting a decent return out beyond the 40-yard line. That's Bryson Durso on the return. And he'll bring it out to the 42, where the Bulldogs will take over. Decent field position for this drive start.
And plenty of time, too, 7:08. But not too much time that they could leave a lot for Pinkerton. They could have a time-consuming drive to eat up most of that clock and hopefully take a lead on that drive and then hang on.
Well, honestly, one play could make you eat your words there. We know that there's big playability all across this skill position team for the Bulldogs. May, empty backfield. Helton motions back in to the left of May. who takes the snap and hands it off to Helton. He looks to go to the right. Now he bounces it back to the left-hand side. Covered nicely by Caruso. Stayed home, measured his tackle. Helton still gets 3 yards on the play out to the 45-yard line, and it will be 2nd and 7. Good discipline there by the Astros defense, particularly by number 7, Anthony Caruso, the senior captain. Spectacular touchdown by him in the second quarter. 51-yard touchdown catch. 3 receivers bunched to the right of the formation. A stand-up end tight to the tackle box on the left is Suazo. May takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Helton. Now dumps it into the left flat. It's a catch, but it's only for 1 yard as Quintiliani is there to capture Casamasino very quickly after that reception.
And Casamasino leaves the field. I don't know if he was injured.
Awkward tackle as Casamasino looked like he twisted his body there. Ball's marked at the 46. And it looks to be 3rd and 6 as the Bulldogs will need to get to the Astros 48-yard line.
So big play here. Got to keep the drive alive.
Double tight, double wing. Helton behind May in the backfield. Pistol formation, motion left to right. We're going to have a false start. Landon Elsmore, stand-up end on the right-hand side. Motioned early, so 5-yard penalty will put it 3rd and 11 for the Bulldogs at their own 41.
Oh, what a bad time for a penalty. And it's surprising we're seeing so many of them in this game today. I don't know what the Astros are doing to make the Bulldogs a little jumpy on the line of scrimmage, but this is the 3rd or 4th motion penalty of the day.
Tough one there. Mental mistakes, negative yardage plays. 3rd and 11 for the Bulldogs. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left in a slot formation. Jack May in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks to the left. Delivers down the left sideline. He's got a man. Suazo catches it. It's complete. Big gainer for Suazo. He's been big all year. They mark him at the Astros 15-yard line, and a huge play on 3rd and 11. Great pitch by May, great catch by Suazo, and he stays in bounds all the way to the Astros 15. What a massive completion for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and Spellman just barely getting him out of bounds with that shove. If he didn't do that, he was off to the end zone. And the Bulldogs have been overcoming these negative plays and penalties all night. They do it once again.
Momentum changer there for the Bulldogs. 2 tight, 2 wing set. Helton behind May. He'll hand it off. Helton takes it to the left-hand side down to the 10-yard line. 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. And this is where the Bulldogs might start to take peeks at that clock. We're inside 5 minutes, ticking down to 4:45. Keep it on the ground, keep moving those sticks with regular gains, with the goals of going up by 4 with a TD and an extra point. May back to the line of scrimmage. 2 tights, 2 wings, Helton behind him. Pistol formation. May waits. He's likely looking for that hand from the back judge. There it goes. Motion man right to left. They'll give it to Matthews. He picks his way ahead out beyond the left side of the line. Close to first down yardage, but I think he's short as he's still outside of the 5-yard line. So 3rd and short, and the clock continues to tick inside 4.
It'll be 3rd and 1 from the Astros.
3rd and 1, the Bulldogs can get a first down. Again, it's on the 6-yard line. They'll talk things over. They break the huddle and approach the line of scrimmage. The Astros defense is looking a little worn. 2 tight, 2 wing set for May. Helton behind him. Claps his hands, takes the snap, gives to Helton right up the middle. He's got a first down inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Bulldogs.
Nothing fancy, just give the ball to Helton, drive forward. Gets it about 2 yards down to the 4, and the clock continues to run. 3:18.
They'll take their time. As you saw, May was looking for that back judge. The back judge puts his hand in the air, I believe, within 5 seconds of a delay of game penalty. 10 seconds, I'm told. So he'll count it down just to give the quarterback an understanding of how much time he does have left. So they'll let that clock run. May looks to the back judge. Hand goes in the air. And there it goes. 5 seconds to go. May takes the ball, hands it off to Helton. He's tackled in the backfield for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, it's going to be more than that. Looks like he's going to be at the 6-yard line, so he's going to lose 2.
Mark it at the 7, so 1st and goal from the 7. Excuse me, 2nd and goal from the 7. And that clock continues to run. So strategy here on both sides.
Well, they have the field goal in their pocket, I suppose. So they can't let this get away without any points. But so far, so good. Keep the clock running. Keep chipping away.
2 minutes to go. May, 2 tights, 2 wings. Helton behind him. Motion left to right. Casamassino takes the snap, looks to pass. May rolls to his right, delivers to the end zone. Back in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Pulling it down. Helmet coming off. That's Landon Elsmore, I believe, in the back of the end zone.
Yes. I keep wondering why they keep losing their helmets here. They're getting hit in the head is what's happening.
They are, but they also don't have their chin straps tight. Either way, it doesn't matter. Touchdown, Elsmore. 7-yard touchdown.
Crucial extra point coming up here.
Go up by 3.
They can push this through. They'll have a 4-point lead, and the Astros will be forced to get a touchdown with just 1:47 to go.
Matthews takes a step back. Kick is up. It looks good. It
no
is
good.
No good.
Oh.
He pushed it to the right.
Oh,
no good.
Might have been blocked. Got to look at that again. There was a lot of Astros in the backfield here. Watch this. Falls down, and yeah, I think it might have got a hand on it right there. Number Michaud, 2? No, 24. Spellman again.
So the extra point is no good, but the touchdown is good. 28-25. The Bulldogs lead here late. 1:47 to go in this game. They'll kick it away and rely on their defense to keep the Astros out of scoring position.
And what do they do here? I mean, the Astros are going to kind of be forced to open up, go to the air. I mean, I suppose they could keep running it. They did get an 80-yard run there, but I think the Bulldogs are going to be playing back a little more.
Yeah, well, sometimes that prevent type defense can really burn you. So
that's a good point.
Bulldogs break their huddle from the sideline. Matthews looks like he will be doing the kickoff as he takes the ball from the official at the 40. He'll tee it up. The Bulldogs again with a 58-yard touchdown drive there, capped off by a 7-yard touchdown catch by Elsmore from May. Now they will kick off and rely on their defense. 28-25, 3-point margin. Matthews takes the run up, swings it through, kicks it down to the 10-yard line where the Astros will set up a return. This is Spellman. He's out to the 15, out to the 20. He's got some room to the right-hand side, and he gets out of bounds. And, ooh, that was a lot of contact right on that sideline. No call.
Good run there, especially Spellman was able to cut it upfield, find the seam in the Bedford kick coverage, and pick up an extra 20 yards. He's up to the 33-yard line. 1st and 10, 1:39 to go. They've got 2 timeouts.
And the Astros are ready to go. 33, 1:39 to go. 2-minute drill will be paramount here as they have 4 wide receivers, and the Bulldogs were scrambling. They were not prepared on the defensive side, so they're forced to take a timeout to make sure they had the right personnel out on the field. One timeout remaining for the Bulldogs. Likely to go unused, as the Astros are under more of the time pressure, facing a 3-point deficit with just 1:39 to go in this game.
One more thing to pass along to you. Best of luck to the JV and varsity cheer teams competing on Sunday at the Nashua South Invitational. JV competes at 10:18 a.m. It's an odd time. And varsity goes at 11:12 a.m.
It's actually an even time, 10:18.
Oh, you're touche. You're right. Technically, you're right.
Love it, Harry. First and 10 for the Astros after a solid return by Spellman. They're on their own 33-yard line and need to go, 67 yards for the win. Shorter than that to tie. Pass
that could
here
be a fumble
to Quintiliani. They call it a forward pass, so it's incomplete.
I don't know.
Second
lateral
and 10.
at the very most.
We got a tough camera angle here, but we can look at the yardage markers. Either way, it's a hurry up. The clock does stop on the incompletion.
We'll watch it later.
Second and 10 with 1:36 to go. 3 down linemen for the Bulldogs. They're playing with their nickel package. McDonald takes the snap, looks to the right-hand side, delivers. It's complete out beyond the 40-yard line.
They keep him in bounds.
They do keep him in bounds. Caruso on the catch.
Short of a first. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
8-yard gain, 3rd and 2 for the Astros. Back to the line of scrimmage. McDonald, 4-receiver set. Takes the snap, looks right, now back to the left, delivers, has a man, it's incomplete. Overthrows the intended receiver, Cameron Dillon. Looking for that post-corner route. That one right there, couldn't quite tell, it was too late in the replay.
That was at
there.
the
Quintiliani, looked like it might have been a lateral. Appreciate the replay support there. 4th and 2, critical play for the Astros. 1:09 remaining in this game. They trail by 3 as the Bulldogs were able to score a go-ahead touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown catch by Elsmore put them up 28-25.
Taking a lot of time here to get set up.
They adjust the formation. 3 receivers out to the left. McDonald takes the snap, but I think we're going to get a timeout by the Bulldogs. Yes, we do. Coach Matthews sprinted down towards the near side linesman and said, wow, what do we have here? Let's talk it over. 4th and 2.
Okay, we just saw another replay here, and yeah, I'm going to say that it was probably a lateral. He was standing at the 27-yard line, and the ball hit the ground at the 27-yard line. So lateral, not a fumble, but awfully close.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Either way, the officials called it incomplete, so it doesn't matter. Just for our own elucidation here.
Thank you. Elucidation. Are you taking the SAT soon here?
Working on my vocabulary.
All right, there you go. I like it. You've been reading a thesaurus or something. Listening to some podcasts? Doing some reading? Something. 4th and 2 for the Astros at their own 42-yard line. Critical play for them to continue possession and try to tie up this game, if not go ahead.
We'll see if the Bulldogs can shut them down here.
McDonald in the shotgun, takes the snap, rolls to his left, looks downfield, pass,
no good. No good.
Had his man just off the mark. It goes off of the hands of Jimmy Knudsen, who looked like he had space, but that pass is a tough one. McDonald going to his left, has to set his feet, and it's behind his intended receiver, Knudsen. So, the Bulldogs will take possession. Turnover on downs. 1:04 to go in this game. The Astros do have 2 timeouts. As long as there's no fumble or silly play by the Bulldogs, they should be able to run out this clock in the victory formation. What a game. Too tight, 2-wing set. May is ready to kneel us down. He's going to take a 5-yard loss on each of these. Kneel it down there. Coach O'Reilly, classy as ever, will not call a timeout.
I'm surprised by that, unless he's waiting until the next snap. Well,
he doesn't have the option, right? He's got
right.
2 timeouts, so he can't stop the clock nearly as many times as he needs to. And as long as the Bulldogs have sure-handed center to quarterback exchange on this shotgun snap each time, this is the last one they'll need to do. There it is. May kneels it down at his own 48-yard line. The Bulldogs will have a victory here tonight. 28-25 is your final score as the clock ticks down under 20 seconds. The Bulldogs do not need to snap it again. Great game here, and the first time the Bulldogs have been tested, and they answered the test.
They passed the midterm.
Colors.
They passed the midterm. Fantastic plays.
Any last thoughts?
Well, you know, this was the coming out of Jack May. I mean, he's had some good games for sure. This is a game when the game was on his shoulders, and he came through in some really clutch moments. 3rd and 11, hit Suazo down the sideline. Ellsmore on the touchdown pass. He was on fire today. Just a fantastic game. Player of the game, Jack May.
Spectacular game for the senior quarterback, Jack May, coming up big when necessary. We don't have the stat line, but I'm sure it's impressive. The Tubas are trying their best to do what they can to impede vision, but not tonight. And the Astros will go home disappointed. Second loss in a row. They dropped to 4-2 overall, 3-2 in New Hampshire play, and the Bulldogs improved their record to 6-0, 5-0 in New Hampshire. Again, they will take on Portsmouth Oyster River next Saturday. Harry will bring you the call on 105.1 WBNH. We'll join you back here on BCTV in 2 weeks as the Bulldogs come back home, and they'll take on Nashua South for another big game at the end of the season here.
Thanks to our crew. Colleen Richardson, Bill Jennings, Andrew Fenn, back in the studio. Cam upstairs running the camera.
RJ Perkins helping out tonight too. Thank you to the entire crew. For Harry Kozlowski, I'm Corey Munster Tiger. Have a great night.